boys at all in simple. Maybe they'll let us go up there, but there are a lot of...
CP squared has 51 minus degrees of freedom, making...
I got hungry, and I ate it.
We're Americans, and we only like competition, okay? I'm eating, and I'm reading a book, and this waitress comes up.
Robot, but it is controlled by living brain cells much like those inside your head. Researchers...
This moth isn't just swinging around, it's been bugged.
Grow collections around 3,000 brain cells in the lab. The cells grow collections with each other and start communicating
using electrodes implanted into the muscle.
Some are hard to found respond digitally. Signals from robots or ultrasound distance sensor.
Here, signals are sent to its left flight muscle to make it lift that wing.
The output of these cells can be used to control
different signals can be sent for it to lower its wing, to lift both wings at once, or to make them flat.
They each have a motor in them, and it actually drives forward when I walk. It actually powers that knee through the step. It's powered through Bluetooth technology.
Increasing the frequency of the pulse makes the wings beat faster. If a signal is sent only to one side while the moth is flying, it will veer in that direction. Implanted electrodes into the brains of tree beetles,
and they
close to
talk to
neurons
each other and
that
try to
control
mimic
flight.
the stride length.
A computer
that the
program
other
in the
one's doing. If I
device
speed
controls
up,
the
the other one
beetle,
can realize
and
it's
here
doing it,
it
and
beats
it'll
its
speed up
wing
as well.
and takes off when a negative voltage is sent to its brain. Researchers are putting moths in control and using them as a pair of eyes. They've found out how to intercept signals from their visual system and how to use them to make a robot move. Here, a graduate student demonstrates how the robot can be steered. Combining living and machine components could eventually make robotic systems more effective.
Legs when an IED hit his convoy in Fallujah, Iraq in 2006.
The IED went off directly underneath me and took off basically everything that was hanging over the ledge of the seat, my legs. And then it killed my sergeant in front of me and my good friend next to me. My gunner lost his right leg. I shattered my hip. I had 32 pins in my hip. I broke my pelvis, so I have a 6-inch screw holding that together. I lost both legs above the knee. I broke 4 fingers, broke my jaw, broke my nose, lacerated kidney. So I recovered well, I think, and great care here and done well.
Today, I use the Bluetooth prosthetics.
It's a lot of hip control. In my other legs, I usually have to use all my thigh to power through things, but since these are moving on their own, then I actually just kind of have to lift and shift my weight a little bit.
He says they're a bit heavier than the other 2 microchip prosthetics he's worn, but they require much less effort to operate.
If they're not programmed right, they kind of do their own thing sometimes, and they'll kick for no reason. Like you'll just be standing there and be like, and just kick off to the side.
To master the stairs just yet.
Sometimes when you go near a computer or something, you'll hear the computer start freezing, so it does do that a lot, and I'll be like, I'm sorry, and I have to turn my legs off.
In communicating robot wirelessly, the team plans to use their robot brain power, new behavior in the future. They hope there are enough similarities to teach about unknown aspects of our own brain.
Ladies and gentlemen, get loud for Slim Fady and the Faded Freak Show.
All right. How's everyone doing tonight? All right. Like he said, I'm Slim, the living cyborg. If you don't know who I am sent from the future to the present to achieve a goal. But during the time travel, I got my wires crossed and I went from being an android to a living human being. So now I feel pain for the first time. On this stage, I'm going to show you what it's like to feel emotions for the first time, just coming from being an android. Do you guys want to say this? All right, here we go. Just like everything on this stage tonight that I'm going to be using it in the improper way. Normally people use silverware to shovel food inside their face, correct? That's right. I'm going to be asking you some questions. I'm going to make it so you guys have to respond. If you guys don't, I literally die up here on stage. So, you guys want to see what I'm going to do with this? Thank you. All right, you guys want to hear a joke? How do you stop the cyborgs from taking over the human race? You don't, so get your chip implant upgrades today! All right, here we go. What's next in the silverware set, buddy? A fork, thank you very much. You guys want to see me fork myself? You fucking perverts. That felt forking good. All right. You guys having fun out there? You guys seeing enough boobs? Exactly, that's the right answer. We're going to see a lot more, and I might even take off my clothes. All right, I love that response. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what's next in the silverware set, buddy? You guys want to see what delicate part of my body I'm going to stick this inside of? Weirdos. Thank you. See on the end of that? We call that peace of mind. If I do this act anymore, I won't remember math. Wait, hold on. What's 2 plus 2? Potato. Damn it, it already happened. Well, since we've gone that far, might as well go further, right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is a 15-inch hemostat like they use during surgery to clamp veins and arteries. You guys want to see what delicate part of my body I'm going to stick this inside of? All right, ladies and gentlemen, before I get to this, though, just like all of you out there know that have swallowed large objects, it takes a lot of alcohol first, right? So hold on, I got to take a drink. We might as well just promote PBR since I'm on stage right now. Drink PBR. Slim Fady does before he swallows metal. You should too. Not swallowing the metal part, it's the drinking the beer part. Okay, you guys want to see this?
All right, folks. Let's hope this works. My computer is being a fucking coont, and hopefully this is working now. We'll see. I may still be having problems, but we'll go and try to get this show on the roads. So let's begin bringing in peoples and stuffs and things. Let's do a disclaimer first. Let's see if my camera will work. Okay, it seems like things may have gotten back to normal. It must have been downloading a huge file of something that it was updating. I don't know what the fuck it was, but...
Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers, commentators, experts, and/or hosts. They do not explicitly or necessarily reflect nor represent the channel's policy or the views held by this channel or broadcaster. The broadcaster or its channel cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during this program.
Executively. Anyways, blowing on to the dumb intro, and then we'll bring in our guests.
It's just like Killer Cop 4, but she's got Hema instead of fry cook balls. I need you, Action Bastard! Action Bastard, I need you! Action Bastard, I need you! Why am I wasting time dancing?
You want to know why? Because the world is fucking flat, dog. And everything that you see up there, as far as like planets or stars, yeah, guess what, dude? It's fucking fake. It's just lights up there. The government put those lights up there so you dummies could just act like there's something up there.
Wait a second. Are you a flat earther?
Call a crackhead.
You're stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're stupid. Let me try that. Let me try this. Let me try that. Now, we'll go with. We'll try this. Yay, it's got a lot of fucking. It's okay. This is the one we used. All right, so now let's bring in our co-host, the person who helps
Some
make.
people without brains do an awful lot of talking, don't they?
Yes, I guess you're right.
And there is our brainless. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. You seem a bit upbeat.
I am just. It pissed me off so much. The computer was taking so long to update or whatever it was doing. I have no idea what it was doing.
Your camera was on, so I could see.
Yeah, I know. Y'all could see in the background. Beck, I thought I had a intro for you, but I don't fucking see it. Did we have one? Okay. Well, we'll figure it out in a second.
Had his intro like from his channel, I think. I think that's what you played last time.
I don't fucking see it right now, but that's okay. We'll figure it out.
Upload it. That's also a possibility.
Or it got changed. I don't know. But let's bring in everybody's Glober.
Mama.
Oh, mama.
How are you doing, Mama?
Hey, I'm good. I got a phone call right now. So, hello, everybody.
Mama.
Hey, just let us know when you're back. And then because I don't know what happened to it. But let's bring in our next guest, and we're going to do this. Oh, as soon as I can cut it up, I should have this soon. Here's the intro for our next person. And that's for our trucker.
All right, how's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I just missed most of the intros because my daughter called me, and she hung up just in time.
Well, we're glad that not that she hung up with you, but that.
Well, I mean, I love my daughter,
and
I want to talk to her, but her timing tonight is well, she doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I wouldn't let her watch this show.
I wouldn't let any of my kids watch the show either. I don't have any, but I wouldn't let them either.
But even your hypothetical kids are not watching it.
Yeah, and I don't believe anybody should be watching this. I don't even know how you people can stand watching this.
I couldn't. I had to be on the show.
Yeah, you're like, screw that. I know.
Yeah, I summoned him.
Yes. All right, so our next guest, I'm just gonna play this for their intro, because I thought we had one, but it's been a minute, but here we blow anyways.
What? Oh, it was in this shit.
That's pretty accurate. I'll take it.
That's what I thought. I thought you would like that for sure.
How y'all doing?
Other than my computer being going crazy right before stream, of course, it sat there for 30 minutes. It sat there for 30 minutes not doing shite, and then as soon as I'm like getting everything ready and getting this stuff to where I had a perfect song for this, and we're still gonna do the song because fuck you, computer. We're still gonna play the song, but y'all are gonna be on here when we listen to it. But I was like, fuck you, computer, and I sat here and I was just like, what do I do? Wait for it? Let explode it? Put a grenade inside of it and blow it up, or wait for the stream, end the stream, tell people we're not going to do it today? I mean, there were so many things going through your head when you're.
Hey, I'm gonna send you a link to a guy who's just starting out. He does his own music, singing, lyrics, everything himself, and he's
Yeah.
like 19 years old, and he's pretty good. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
send you
definitely.
that so you can promote him a little bit if you don't mind.
Yeah, no,
He's good.
totally.
Yeah,
And
he's a good
if
kid.
you make music out there and you would like us to maybe play it on the stream or use it during certain things, even in backgrounds, go on to the Distant Accords and go into music and post it and put copyright free, or let us know that you don't mind us using your music in our stuff. I work
Well,
with
I
a
know he
handful
won't
of-
mind because he's just trying to get promoted right now. So he's just trying
and
to
we'll
get his name
promote
out
you
there.
as well.
That
We'll
does
promote
not
you
mean
as
that
well.
that does not mean that the algorithm doesn't mind.
Right,
Well,
right, true.
We'll see from there. I get to actually
But-
play a lot of music on this stream that they don't fuck with us per se.
But-
They
but
tell
it-
me like,
I was gonna say you can find an email form and ask him, hey, I stream every day. I like to promote you on my show and get his permission at least.
I'll get a hold of his mom. She's already given me permission. His
Because
mom.
honestly, then if YouTube does something, he can intervene and say, yo, I gave them my permission or whatever, you know?
Yeah,
totally,
okay.
totally.
I'll get his email off of his mom next time I talk to her.
Yeah, we'll get it
Just
all
everything's
figured out
above
for
board,
sure.
especially with him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because some people, you
Yeah,
never
no, I
know.
don't blame you.
Yeah.
Well, because it's YouTube.
There are other
It's YouTube.
other content creators that play other music.
Yeah.
And they say this is from this,
Right.
and I have the permission, and it's linked. There's like a thing in the show notes thing, right? At the
Description.
bottom.
Yeah, I know.
It says
We- yeah.
if you want to know
It's
who
better
sings my
safe than
intro
sorry.
song, it's this. Or
But
yeah,
you never
there's
know.
lots of ways to do it. Okay, there's lots of ways to do it.
There's
We don't
lots
need to
of
talk about it
ways.
here. Well, let's
Yes, we
all
do.
just
No.
let's spend another 30 minutes talking about this. Anyways,
We want to derail the train. Come on, derail the train.
Yes.
I'm
There is
playing.
we don't
somebody in
talk
the
about this, we
background.
might end up being on topic.
Yeah, I know, but we have
Oh
one
no!
more
No,
guest to bring
not
in.
on topic.
When are we ever on topic?
So they're not in the
Not
background. So, Rex, I thought that
Usually
we
on
had one
topic.
for you as well, and I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. But anyways, I'm just gonna play this, and then we'll bring you in.
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair. To be
Fair.
To be fair.
To be
To be fair. Hi, Rex.
What's
How are you doing?
How's everybody?
Better now
No, I
that
DM'd you. Well, I DM'd you my intro on Discord.
I thought that was a thing. I can hear myself in the background somewhere.
Give me a minute.
Yes, Rex. I do have one for you. Did it get uploaded? Obviously not. I'm a little bit lazy. I do try to do whatevers. I will get that uploaded very soon. And Beck, I know I have one for you. I don't know what happened to some of these. I need to delete a bunch of stuff and then add actual appropriate stuff so I don't have silly crap like.
Alrighty then.
Don't you
things.
don't you dare delete that one.
Well, there's a couple things that I definitely can delete that we don't play as much. But yeah, whatevers. Let's say hello to the side chat, and then we will get into the meat and potatoes of what we're getting into. So we have a Super Ghost, and they say YOLO.
Well, it remains to be seen.
We have.
To be fair.
To be fair. Reader of Pain. That sucks. Hopefully they get there soon and they open up the door for you. We got a J. Troy.
Hey, Jay.
A Demon Orb. And it looks like that's as of right now. If you would like to buy me a shot, I did get another pink. So now I have pink vodka to drink. And if you want to piss me off, charge $10 for me to drink the blue. And we'll go from there.
Bad vodka.
Big vodka. So we're going to play part of a music video that I wanted to use as the opening. And then we'll get into the meat and potatoes of Barnaby Nagy.
Nagy, I call him just say Nagy.
And his idiocracy. So, Barnabas, I know you're probably never going to see this, but if you ever do, we believe that you are not real, and I claim you are an AI bot, and here is our proof, and we're going to go over how to prove that you are not real either, since you believe all of the things that I've personally touched, handled, fed, cleaned the shit of, you say are not real, which is most animals. I work for the zoo. I work for different animal organizations. I've had pets that were exotic and not. I've had friends that have had exotic pets that I have been scratched, bit, and harmed by being huge animals or animals you're not supposed to go and play with and hands inside the cage and stuff. But I have been involved with because I have been in around them for so long. And being a cyborg, I have been around you humans long enough to be the same thing. I've been shit on, pissed on, bitten, and scratched by you humans as well. So
with consent.
Well, actually, some of
I was going to say, let's be honest here.
There were a handful of times where I wasn't consenting.
Okay, with and without consent. How about that?
With and without.
Yeah. Most of the time, yes, but then no. But
okay, but
again,
after that, what kind of a caveat is that? If it's both.
Well, then it could be the experience of the wrong and the experience of the good. And so it's the pain and the pleasure when it was not fun and when it was actually fun. So it's the pleasure pain and then the pain. So I guess that would be the ebb and flow of that, or the differences. Like doing knife play with somebody that you're intimate with is a lot of fun. But when somebody stabs you on the street, that's completely
different. That's not fun.
It's like, no, I don't consent to that. It's like, and then you got to call the cops and do a report and go to the hospital.
It's just a whole big mess. We get it. It's a whole thing.
The whole thing.
It reminds me of a thing that happened down the road from me that if I will not mention.
And after you do get stabbed and they pull out the knife, you do have a hole, and it is a thing.
More hole than you had before.
Yeah, but you bring it onto your stage act, and you're like,
well, speaking of that devil, to some extent, so I went and did the tattoo convention this weekend, right? And I let people staple money to me. The staples that we buy are industrial staples. They are not medical. They are not made to be anywhere near the human body, right? So they're not made with care. They're made millions at a time, or 500,000 at a time, or whatever, right? So they're barbed. So this weekend, this weekend, one of the ones that went in my arm right there, when I pulled it pulled out meat.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah. And then I was like holding it down. And I pulled it up, and then more meat. Actually,
my God,
it's actually fat. It's fat. I'm not gonna lie, it's a fat. And then fat sputtered out of it a little bit, and then I wiped it away, and I had to hold it. And then it happened on the other arm as well.
Wow.
It pulled out. It was like
quit buying them from Dollar Tree, bro. No more Dollar
Tree. That's not a good way to lose weight. Okay.
I know.
Go vegan. It works.
Go vegan. Yeah, use vegan staples.
Well, then I can't eat. Then I can't eat pussy anymore if I go vegan. Never mind. But
that's different. You're not actually ingesting it.
Yeah, that well, I mean, there is the thing that comes
that-
out of it, the liquid and the. But anyways, we'll
Slim,
talk about the proteins that are
then you
being.
are friendly to the meat.
Yeah. I'm
Need some more
eating meat
protein in my
friendly.
life.
There we go.
Where is she?
Anyways, I wish there were like higher grade staples for this, but I don't think there literally is. Like, there's only so many versions of it, and because they're not supposed to go into the human body, they're all made as horribly as that.
And honestly,
So,
getting
yeah,
medical
it's-
staples would be probably not feasible for you, would they?
No, because the thing about medical staples,
because they're all sterile.
Yeah.
Well, the problem with medical staples and staplers is they are not already feeded like normal staples. They are a bar that when you press down on the thing, it goes in and actually curves them and pushes them into you, and it makes them so it's different. They're completely different.
Like you're looking for a
than-
puncture rather than like a permanent closure here, right?
Exactly. And I don't mind bleeding for 35 seconds and having my meat come out of me just so I can make an extra $100. I'm cool with that. I'm like,
Let me tell you what. Honestly, though, Slim, you don't want the medical grade staples. They're big.
No,
They
I know.
are.
I've
had them. They're not.
I think that's what he's saying.
I had
Hey,
36.
hey, Canadian.
I had 36 from the left of my belly button to the left of my spine, all the way around my body, and they are really thick.
I have medical stapler right behind me. Actually, I have one that still has 20 staples in it out of a 50 or 30. I don't remember, but what we used to do medical play on stage, we would take those, and what you would do is you take a thin ribbon of fabric, right, or ribbon, ribbon, but that was thin. And you would put it down and you would staple, and then we would do corseting with those, or you do body art with it. So you make a design with multicolor ribbon, stapling them in different patterns, and then cutting off the ribbon to make, and then, so you can do all this stuff. So we did that a bunch. Handful of years ago, I don't remember how many, one of my assistants, I medically stapled my face, and she took the thing about those is you have to have a staple remover. They specifically have a staple remover that are made exact for those things, right? So she took the staple remover and she had it upside down, and when she clamped it, it twisted it inside of my face.
Oh,
it has to be the right side. It has to be the right side to pull the feeding out. But if it's not in the right side and it's upside down, it actually twists it. I couldn't get it out of my face. I had to sleep with it and then go to the hardware store the next morning to buy wire cutters.
Wow.
So I walked in with this in my face. And of course, when you go into Ace Hardware and stuff like that, right? They're like, how can we help you today? And I went, I need wire cutters. And I pointed to my face, and they're like, I don't even know. And they're like that aisle, and I just walked to that aisle and just
they're like, we ain't touching this. This is medical.
Yeah. And then they're like, A12 or whatever, right? And so I walk in, I go get the smallest wire cutters that I could find, bought them, and then went into the car, pulled down the visor, made up the mirror, and I went and cut that out of my face in the parking lot.
Well, at least you didn't walk in
I
there
wouldn't have
and
waited
say,
either.
I need a pair of fly scripts and a blowtorch, please. Yeah. Get this out of my face.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, you know what's even fun?
Vice grips. Yep.
Well, it's the same difference whenever our circus. There we go. Our circus or when a handful of us performers go in. Dude, we buy the craziest shit, dude. It's so funny. It's like, it looks like we're about to do a murder spree because we're buying the most fucked up shit all together, and we look like weirdos like me, And so it's so funny because we walk in and they're like, so what are you guys doing? We're like, we're making a coffin that this person's going to escape out of after being put in a straitjacket or something, and they're like, I don't know how to help you other than I guess it's in that aisle and that aisle and this aisle, but I don't know. Because normally when you go to Home Depot, they're like, what project can we help you with? It's never mundane whenever I go in there to ask for stuff. It's so funny.
Oh yeah, you ask them, hey, what's the biggest drill bit you've got? And just have them look at you like, what are you going to use that for?
Yeah, exactly. And then when they're like, well, so what project are you working on? You're like, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this drill bit and we're going to like take it and we're going to put it inside of this person's butt or something weird, like, you know what I'm saying? And they're like, I should not have asked. I wish I never would have asked it.
I would not suggest doing that with a large drill bit.
No,
Those edges are
definitely
sharp.
never use that in there unless for some reason you had put
Unless it's a drill bit for concrete, those are not that sharp.
Sure, but or if you put a huge dildo
not
over
true.
it and it was just to be spinning. But anyways, definitely don't put things in orifices that you don't know how they're going to work or if they're going to work. So now that we've gotten that far, I would like us to just go to this music video. Yeah, I want to go to this music video right quick. And then, because the topic is called What the Fuck, we're going to go over, we're just going to play this for a second. And then we'll get into Barnabas Bailey being a fucking weirdo talking about shit. And he talks about how he got stuck in, he got in and out of the Matrix is what he's going to talk about. Being in and out of the Matrix.
He did? He's Neo?
He says that he was.
Okay,
So-
I guess we'll have to hear it from his mouth, right?
All right.
Mhm.
I know. Well, that's why we're doing this. And that's why we're saying that, okay, I know in the thumbnail it says AI bot, but then I put in the title, he's not real, because he likes to say that nothing's real, but I believe he's not real and is an AI bot. And Barnabas, prove me wrong. Anyways, let's blow on with this.
Let's have him on the show.
Watching and learning cause I show you how. Watching and learning cause I show you how.
Yeah, they can go in deep. I used to do staple stuff all the time at school. I love that beat.
Ain't looking for enemies, but I ain't playing nice. The way you're testing me and look me in the eyes. Want some of my own candy, I love to see you try. Ain't nothing real about the way you look tonight. Cause I know in the morning you'll be waking up all alone, posting all over your story with nothing to hold but your phone. You got it bad, don't up in your head. Girl, you said, you think you cool, but you ain't got a crown. Be watching and learning cause I show you how. Looking at me like you want my man. Looking at me like you want my man. Looking at me like looking at me like looking at me like looking at me like looking at me looking at me like.
All right. There we blow with that. I just wanted to play that before we got into the idiocracy of what we're going to be going over. So the beginning of what we're going to go, if you don't know who Barnabas is, he thinks that like every animal's fake. He thinks everything's fake. He thinks we'll get into the idiocracy. So what I found is him telling us that smartphones are black mirrors that are scrying devices. I actually did find the video. It took me a lot.
Well, yeah. I think
It
I
took
have
me
heard of
a-
this weirdo.
Yeah. Sir Sick goes over him, and so does a couple other content creators. But I found the video that I thought was unfindable. Hey Nerdy wrote it.
Hey, Nerdy.
Yeah, birds
Nerdy.
aren't real. Executively. So here we blow him describing on how him busting open a cell phone proves that because there's a black screen in the background that it's a black mirror, which is a scrying device that witches use or Satanists use to tell the future somehow, way, shape, or form, or some bullshit.
Well, Nostradamus supposedly used a black mirror to see his visions in too. So.
So this is an old school scrying device that he's talking about, which is the black mirror, right? But are our fucking phones this? Just listen to the idiocracy of what he's saying, and they don't predict shit, homie. They you put in things and it gives you a response. It's not like scrying with them because
10 to 1, he has a cell phone too.
No, you know he has one.
Mhm.
He has one.
Right. 10 to 1.
Because there are lots of shards in it. And I disassembled the whole thing, and you can see that it's nothing else but a couple of layers of glass and some materials, which I can't really identify. But for instance, this one is really just like film, like a thinner layer. And all it is just like a mirror, and that's it, And after that, they don't even care but put in a paper, like what the fuck, a paper in your smartphone, and that's it, that's it. And they are telling us that we are communicating through this phone and we see whatever we see. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a scrying mirror. It's a black mirror, nothing else. I was trying to
inside the other part.
So the reason why there might have
separated.
Mm-hmm.
So well, one of the reasons they may have put something in it, insulation and or to absorb heat. Right. They need something else to be there so it doesn't overheat, and that could disperse heat by just having it. Could be foam. I don't know what he's holding. He is just pretending to tell us what he thinks this is.
Right.
But we know Barnabas is fucking a numbskull, so I can't trust anything you're saying other than you're showing me this. I can't even trust that you opened this up because you didn't show you opened this up the proper way, and showing me that these were all the layers and they were in the layers that you say. That's what I'm saying. Like,
and does it show him actually looking it up on the internet to see why, how cell phones are made? No.
These are the parts of the cell phone, and this is what they do. Yeah. Pretty simple.
So when I was a young lad, I worked for a company that had us working on cell phones, and what we would do is we would open them up and take out their language card from Spanish, because the phones were made in Mexico, and we would put in a American English language card, and then we would close them back up, and then they would package them in American boxes, in English boxes, right? So I know what it's like to take things apart, these thingy-mabobbers apart, and look into them and give you somewhat of an understanding of what could be to some extent, okay? I know what it's like to take them apart and look at them. So, again, he did not show us him opening it properly. He's just speculating what he thinks this bullshit is, just like always. And let's listen to the idiocracy more of how he thinks these are scrying devices that are telling us the future or getting us to think in certain ways. Or he doesn't exactly tell us why they're scrying devices, but he thinks they are somehow, way, shape, or form, and they are not. Yeah, well, and then he's gonna scapegoat away from like how Google works or how fucking it works to look up things and how websites work or anything. He's gonna say, "Oh, it's telling us these fake things, and how do you know it's reality?" Because if I Google a phrase and I ask anybody around the world to Google that same phrase, we're gonna get close to the same things. We're not gonna get exactly the same pages, but it's gonna get close. And then if you say, look up this in this, it's going to give you that website, or it's going to give you that reference from that place, right? So that's what he's being ignorant. But that's, again, why I believe Barnabas is an AI bot sent here to distract all the dumb humans from realizing that
he's
the
controlled
world
opposition. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's
Mhm.
he's that totally. He's here to confuse the idiots,
Yeah.
I mean, I think
and
he
then he
confused
needs to be
himself.
careful. Dude, just wait until we get to the thing about where he thought that he's gone through a paradox and got out of it. Just wait. He needs to be careful with working with those scrying mirrors, because if you tip them upside down, then the demons from the other world can fall out and enter this realm. Exactly.
Exactly.
Don't spill the black mirror, otherwise the
Right.
demons come out. And here's our Schisma Crasher, and we're going
Damn
to
those demons.
we're going
Skits.
to play
Hello?
our promo for our Schisma Crasher. And there we blow. How are you doing, Skits? You are just in time to get into the idiocracy. The whole last 40 minutes, nothing happened. Now we're actually
We were waiting for you.
We're right on schedule.
We're waiting for you.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. We're 30 seconds in.
Keep him. Let's make him feel special.
Yeah.
We were waiting for you, dude.
Now you're finally here. Jeez, we can get.
He had an
actually
appointment,
into
okay?
it.
Jeez, guys.
We've
I
just
know.
been waiting. We've just been waiting.
Goddamn IRL.
Yeah, real life's, yeah.
It gets in the way
Okay,
every day.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's
I
the
know.
bane of my existence. And also
I wish
my
I-
existence.
I wish we could just be GTA 5ing every day online. You know what I'm saying? That'd
Hey,
be
I am
amazing.
done with the GTA.
But-
I made it all the way across the whole damn thing, and I'm done for the day. I'm not going back there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean something different here. You guys are talking about a video game.
Yeah, we're talking about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually literally just crossed the Toronto, and it is a mess.
I bet.
Literally, since you started the show, I made it 4 kilometers, which in
Gee,
miles is like, that's like 2.4
Yeah,
miles.
that's not even 3 miles. No.
It's terrible.
Jeez.
It's terrible.
Jeebus Christ.
I think the road was closed. I think the highway was closed. I finally started moving. I don't want to get too excited though.
Scry me a mirror, and then I'll scry a mirror over you. That's great. Y'all are amazing. I love my side chat so much. Okay, so let's blow on a little bit further with this black mirror. Does everybody understand what we're talking about? Like a black mirror in like medieval times was a way for you to look into the future, for you to ask questions, and for like it's like the 8-ball thing, right? You ask it a question, you shake it up, and then you turn it over, and then something is supposed to appear there, either a vision or words or something like that, right? I mean, that's
like
what he's.
The villain from Care Bears had like a thing.
Oh, they had the mirror stare thing, or the mirror thing.
Yeah, they had the Care Bear stare, but that's how they got back. But the villain guy had like a mirror.
The mirror thing.
He was
Yeah,
always
exactly.
watching them. He was.
And then
up to no good.
Didn't fucking
In his neighborhood.
Didn't in the Smurfs? Didn't Gargamel have a mirror at some point in time as well, or something? So this is an old trope.
Cauldron.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh
Same difference.
yeah.
Same
It was a reflecting pool of some sort. And then
Right,
it was
it's
like
same-
there was a movie about a mirror that Disney did too. I forget what it was called.
So same difference, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a reflection of a thing through a thing into a thing to get you to be divulged some information that doesn't make any fucking sense. But anyways, keep blowing on with this because this is just the intro to get y'all like understanding who this douche nozzle is before we get into the interview that he does or the thing we're going into next.
Okay.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the dumbest of them all? And that if anybody was looking in the mirror and Barnabas was anywhere close, he probably would be the reflection in the mirror. But anyways, so y'all, the 5-shot thingamabobbers here. I got the pink vodka, $10 shots. I'll do the blue vodka, which I fucking hate. And anyways, let's keep blowing on. But here's him trying to explain why our cell phone, some way, shape, or form, is a scrying device instead of an information thing or a thing that calls people or texts people. Like, I don't look into my motherfucking phone and it texts whoever I want without it
Right.
asking, right? Like it doesn't do things automatically, or it doesn't show me things without me doing anything. Or I can't, I guess I can ask a question in my phone and it gives me a
Try
response.
using your
But
phone when the battery's dead.
yeah, exactly. It isn't a Black Mirror per se, because you don't know what a Black Mirror actually is, Barnabas.
To find some really impressive technology in there, but I couldn't find it. It's all that is. And of course, there will be people,
The
engineers.
technology is
Never
not
mind
in
the other part of
screen.
the phone.
No, but also
totally-
then you'll
What?
see microchips, and they
What is
don't
this?
look that impressive. But if you like that they can make those microchips that small now, that's very fucking impressive.
He's looking at the
And-
glass part of it, the mirror part of it makes it look like a mirror, not the part that makes it work.
Yeah, and I believe he's looking at a phone that is like 10 years old. Not
Probably.
to downplay that technology, but I don't
It's
believe
just
this
older
is like a-
technology. Yeah.
Yeah, so I believe the components are going to look like a little bit bigger than they would now. But once again, hold on. We have to do this. Give me a second. It's right here. It's right here.
But wait! There's more! Hang on to your seat, baby! Cause this one's a screamer!
So let's just listen to what he says next. Go ahead if you want to say something, Trucker.
Oh, I just want to say this is really important. I believe that Barnabas was actually like exercised from a speak and spell from the 1980s, and that you're right, he is an AI, but that's where he came from.
He totally did, just because the way that his speech patterns work
Mhm.
and the way that he talks and how the way that he presents these things definitely makes it seem like he's fucking fake. It's no real human would do this.
Yeah, I don't
This
know where
is what
the
it would-
accent's
Or
from, but
cyborg.
yeah.
This
You'd
is
be
what it would be
surprised.
like. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, some of the shit people do, you'll be surprised.
I've been there,
True.
done that. I've been studying you humans for a handful of years now, and I'm like, what the fuck? Every time I fucking look at the news and or like murder cases and stuff, like what people do to kill their children is insane to me. Like I look up these murder cases, like, oh yeah, they boiled their kid's head and then blah blah blah, yakety schmackety, and then buried the.
Where
And you're
did
like,
you find that one?
dude, all the fucking weird like cases that I look up for, dude. I research so much stupid shit, but all of them serial killers or just weird murderers, or I have all these channels that are dark murders subscriptions, or I subscribe to them, and it's like every other day it's like, yeah, this person did this and this to their children, and then blah blah blah, and it's like, oh my jeebus, like what the hell is going on with you humans? Like, why would you do that to your children? Like, I don't even get it. But we'll talk about that later, and I may be doing something on murders and serial killers and things like that. I'm getting close. It's kind of hard for me to talk about it sometimes because I get very passionate about like wanting to like strangle those people who did that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we should be doing later back. We should be doing a serial killer, a murder series, the strangest death cases or something soon. I just don't know how to present it yet, or how to make it something exactly, or where I want to go with it exactly. But it's going to be like news orientated, just like the weirdest deaths of this week in news, or the couple, or the weirdest murder cases that are going over, because there's fucking what's her name, god damn it, what is her name?
Casey Anthony was back in the news recently, I think.
We'll get back to this in just a second. This crazy bitch.
What'd she do?
Consider.
Oh, that was a different one.
She, while they were on meth, she choked her boyfriend out until he died, cut off his head, had sex with his body, put his head next to her while she slept for 2 days, got up, put his head in a bucket with organs like his penis and some other like his balls and stuff, put it in the thing, and then she left, and the cops got her a couple days later, and she still had blood all over her. She had not like cleaned up at all. And yeah, like I said, we're gonna be going over cases like this because we're gonna have to. Like, I don't like, it's insane. Like, if you've never heard of this, look up this lady's name, and her name is Taylor Business, and literally is Shea Business.
Shaw Business.
Look this up, and we'll get in, and we're gonna be doing this soon.
Is this her also knocking over a stagecoach?
I was gonna say, her trying to be. I think it's her trying to be not show her face, but in my opinion, it's like you should not get that luxury.
No, this is a spit mask.
I was getting ready to say.
She bit her attorney and punched him in the face. So now she has a spit mask.
You know what it is? She's probably trying to get like insanity or something like that.
She's insane, but
I don't get it. I mean,
no.
There's a lot of evidence to back that up.
Yeah, no,
What
she's
state?
completely
What
insane.
state?
I honestly
What
don't
state?
remember. I want to say Arizona, but I don't remember exactly what state. But like I said,
Should be a
we're going to be
state.
going over. We're going to be going over this stuff very soon. Just wait. And but let's get back to where we were with the Barnabas.
Back to Barnabas.
You're so lame. We actually went back and we started talking about
because
something
there are
else.
lots of
'Cause you're a
sharp
loser.
and some really impressive
Okay, so let's go back to him talking about this.
technology in there, but I couldn't find it. It's all that is. And of course, there will be people,
There's no
engineers, and they will tell me,
technology
yes,
in
this
the
and that
screen.
is very
The
important,
screen
and that
has no
creates all that
technology.
touch and whatnot. But if you have a look at this, this is really nothing else than Black Mirror and some glass and some paper.
Okay, Harry, our wonderful Harry is like our mango almost. It took place in Green Bay, Wisconsin. So it was Wisconsin was the state.
Okay, well, do they have a
Yeah,
death penalty
yeah.
in Wisconsin?
Honestly, I don't know. There's like
I don't-
5 states I think that still have it, but I'm not sure. But
No, she got life
deserves-
with parole. I think without parole.
and she deserves
Life without
to
parole,
sit in personal confinement
Mhm.
rest of her
Oh,
life
yeah.
because when we go in, we're going to do a whole episode on her. When we listen to her interrogation, she's like, she laughs, and then when she's in court and they show his head in the bucket, she fucking laughs about seeing that photo and she looks away. She is a psychopath.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I
Yeah.
dated a girl. I dated a girl several years back, and she was obsessed with the old school serial killers like Ed
Yeah,
Gein and
me
Ted
too.
Bundy
Me
and
too.
the
Me
Night
too.
Stalker and yeah.
Me too.
So I know a lot about those guys, not so much the new stuff.
She would have been fun in bed as long as I had a fucking loaded fucking pistol right next to me.
Had her handcuffed. She couldn't do nothing.
You know, I kept a knife within arm's reach, though, just in case.
I always have that with all of the people that I have sex with, but that's because I need to cut them out of the ropes that I tie them up in. But we'll talk about
fair
that
enough. Hey,
later.
Yeah, you got use special kind of knots when you tie somebody to a bed.
Hey, it's with all consent, and they say, hey, you know, and the other thing is they're always telling me to choke them out harder, you know, like, but I know when to let go. Anyways,
I
let's
had
keep
this
going.
one chick tie me to the bed. Oh, never mind. We'll talk about that. On
We'll talk about that later. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll do a whole time to the bed episode at one point. So
That's
once
a whole
again,
different kind of train. So let's get
Yeah,
back on
so-
the right train.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
so
Slim, when are you time yet? Never mind.
We'll talk about it later. Exactly.
You'll have to get
when I actually
schedule
get to go to the Europes, which hopefully will happen in the next year or two. We'll see. But anyways, so Barnabas, your dumbass doesn't understand the concept of like how a screen works. But let's see if he delves into the actual components into this to prove that there's actually something that's inside that's causing these things to make light pixels move around and that you can interact with.
And some thin layers of film. Not only that, if you have a look at the camera, that is also just a joke. This camera is capturing what you are and who you are and sending through the ether that image. Give me a break. That's just basically a porthole, nothing else. And again, we are back to the maritime law, the admiralty law, which is the port. We are at sea and we are lost at sea according to them. And these are the portholes. And every computer has a porthole, by the way, which is the port where the ship goes. Also, when we talk about devices, that is the
Wow.
Devil's Vice. See, he's doing word semantics.
Oh,
USB is the devil. USB is the devil.
It's the devil. Like we've said before on this channel a gazillion and a half times, in different industries, you have different code words for different things. Hey, Sydney. Right? So if I talk about any word in one industry and I try to talk about that in another industry, it means two different completely different things. So you can't use the English language or other languages to flat out say that it means everything for everything in every situation, because that's not how it works.
Right.
Yeah, that's not how it works. And in the army,
For instance, you can cup your hands. You can drink out of a cup. You can, if you're a baseball player, you can wear a cup.
You can cup your balls. Oh, sorry.
Cup your balls, right? Cup has many different meanings.
And then there's that fun kind
Port
of cup.
also is a sweet wine. Hello? Does he even bring that up?
Yep.
Oh my God. All of fucking the port sweet wine is the device of the devil.
Yeah, it's what you drink to get the devil to come out of you. When you're using your devil's device, your devil's vice.
Let's just use this as some for the fuck weird shit that I just thought of. Champagne is a place. Champagne is also a drink.
Mm-hmm.
Named after the place where it's made.
Yep.
Exactly. But
they don't mean the same thing.
Exactly. When I talk about the fucking place, that is a noun. Well, I guess they're both, right? But it's still two different things. I'm like, we're gonna go drink.
One's a place and one's a thing. There you go.
Well, I mean, if he digs deep enough in that phone, he's gonna find a little board that has these things on it called chips. I do not suggest you eat them.
Don't eat those.
Yeah,
exactly.
No, Barnabas, eat those. No, wait, hold on.
Eat them, Barnabas.
Yeah. Nobody else but Barnabas. Go eat those fucking chips. If you think words mean the same
he
fucking
can enjoy them together with
Hey.
Hans Wormhat.
I think he ate lead chips as a kid. That's why he's the way he is.
Well, I was about ready to say, Mama, you got there almost before I did. The reason why he thinks this is because he's been eating these chips since he was a kid. Somebody told him there's microchips, and he's like, they're small chips, and he just starts fucking eating them, and he got lead poisoning, and that's why his
when
brain
he was a kid, he asked where the chips were. Oh, they're over there in the corner, and he assumed it was the peeled off paint from the wall on the floor.
Yeah, and
instead of the bag of chips.
He started eating the chips of paint, which were lead involved, and that's why he believes in this bullshit. So let's get a little bit further into this, and then we'll get into him talking about surviving the Matrix.
The devil's vice. The people who write the software are called developers, or sometimes called just devs. The abbreviation of the devil is right in the word. The hard drive that stores data is called a SATA hard drive, which is an abbreviation for Satan. Here's the Wikipedia entry for serial ATA, which is SATA. Serial ATA, SATA.
Not all fucking hard drives are set up in this way, you idiot.
Those are the newer ones.
And it's a PATA in certain aspects. It's not always an SATA.
Yeah, that's the older version, I think.
Sure, but again, they're all different. Just because, and that doesn't even say Satan, or that's not even close, you weirdo. Honestly, god damn it.
Abbreviated from serial auto attachment, is a computer bus interface that connects host bus adapters to mass storage devices such as hard disk drives, optical drives, and solid-state drives. And here's the logo of the SATA, and the SATA port can be found everywhere. This is a PCI Express card. It's not a motherboard. The
Wait. Why?
So a car is taking care of people, because like you just have to put another letter behind it to change car into care. So, right? That's Barnabas logic.
Oh, yeah, sure. Why did you show the logo? There's nothing satanic about this, or there's nothing that shows us anything. Like, he flashed through it right quick, and that's why. But there's nothing about this that shows that there's anything satanic.
Of the SATA, and the SATA port can be found everywhere. This is a PCI Express card. It's not a motherboard, the SATA drive, and so on. Oh, and by the way, did you know that the iPhone has several different meanings? The iPhone, which is me, the me-centeredness. iPhone, which is my phone, is just me, nothing else.
Yeah, why would you call it your phone if it's my phone? You idiot. Of course you're going to call it my phone or an I, that the person... You're fucking dumb, homie.
And we can see the result in the society. People are caring for themselves. Egoistic one-centeredness. Now, the second meaning of the iPhone is the I, is the iPhone. Yes, it's the iPhone because it sees you. It's tracking all what you're doing. The demons are seeing you, sending it to the ether, and sending it to the warden. You know why?
There are demons in your phone.
Why are we sending it to demons, and how does that turn into anything? What are you talking about, you psychopath?
Siri in your iPhone that is communicating with you? Well, because it's your iris. So your iris, your Siri, is answering your own questions through the demons, through the ether, and obviously sending all these signals to the warden, which is God, the dog. And people keep these.
Wait. Why did dog show up? Why did he say dog for no reason? Why is God dog in reverse in this? Where does dog show up in this, you weirdo? You're just fucking throwing out things and hoping that you're gonna catch things by using things, right? Nothing about this has to do with God dog per se. The I get you pretending to reverse it, okay? But dog, you're just fucking...
He just pulled that out of his ass.
You're just making an extra thing.
Two things. Slim, I'm beginning to agree with you that this guy's an AI, because nobody could be this much of a fucking potato head.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. What was the second thing? I'll remember it later. Never mind.
That's pretty much that we know is this idiot. Literally, that's all he's trying to do. Is he's just trying to like straw man the fuck out of stuff that doesn't need to be straw man, so that idiots will follow him.
Dog. And people keep these fucking devices next to themselves and in their pockets, tracking them all the time, listening to their conversation, sending it through the ether, to the warden, to God. It's not very wise. I have my phone packed up into the boiler room, and I only go there once or twice a day just to check it if someone called me.
Did he say that the phone is sending shit to God? Is that what he said?
Yes.
But why are the demons sending it to God?
Yeah. God knows everything anyway, right? I mean, come on.
He don't use your phone for that.
I mean,
so here we blow. Let's listen to him say that bullshit again, and then we'll laugh at him some more.
People keep these fucking devices next to themselves and in their pockets, tracking them all the time, listening to their conversation, sending it through the ether, to the warden, to God. It's not very wise. I have my phone packed up into the boiler room, and I only go there once.
Do you see? Go ahead.
No, I was just going to pull up the old Star Trek line. What does God need with a starship? What the fuck does God need with an iPhone?
Exactly. And why does God need to use these things to... Do you see why I sped this up, though? Because he talks slow as fuck. So anyways...
Twice a day just to check if someone called me or messaged me. But I'm not going to put this bastard into my pocket for sure. And that's it for me for today. If you like this content and you would like to help my work...
Yes. Suck a dick. You're a fucking loser.
And you're a loser.
Everybody go and make fun of him. This wasn't even on his own channel. I
had
it on.
Wait, he is a neckbeard. Okay.
He is totally a neckbeard. No, he's totally a neckbeard.
Totally a neck. And if I remember right, the whole iPhone thing, iPod, all that shit was a marketing tool by Apple.
No way.
Of course it was.
Yeah. No, you wouldn't think so, would you?
No,
I thought they named their whole company after the thing that plunged all of humanity into sin.
Oh yeah,
totes.
Fair enough.
And that's why there's one bite of it. That was Eve having her bite, and then she handed it to Adam, and then
And that's why they're so goddamn expensive too.
that's right. And that's why God made the entire universe and forgot to give himself any spending money whatsoever. So you have to tithe every month because he made everything out of nothing, but he forgot to give himself money.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
Toast. Yeah, he
God
definitely
spent
needs
everything.
He did everything except money.
Yeah.
Except money. He waited for.
Then again, which god are we talking about? Are we talking about Zeus or?
Oh, we're talking about Ishtar, the first god that we have a record of. Any other god before or after that would be a false god.
Okay.
Exactly. All right,
She was a goddess, but she was the first one.
Yeah, she was hot too. Yeah, she was hot.
Also forgot to make money, especially American currency.
True.
Yeah. Okay, so yes, he definitely needs a shrink, Harry. So let's blow on with how he escaped the
that's
Matrix somehow
The Matrix.
for no reason. So here we blow. It's fast enough.
Do a little bit of a different interview, and that we're going to chat on various topics and see where they take us today. We're going to discuss Tricked by the Matrix, how it tricks us, what it is, where that might take you, and where that might lead you. Hey, Barnabas, how's it going?
Hey, nice to see you again. Yeah. Well, this is a very wide topic, and maybe each of us can explain what we mean about it.
Okay, so what would your definition of the Matrix be? Let's say, let's take it from there.
Well, I mean, the classic is the obvious Matrix trilogy, and actually now they came out with the fourth episode, which I actually really liked. It kind of like put together all the pieces, and all the previous episodes were kind of like just in a game, which brings me kind of back to one option, which is like, what if this is a video game and we are just playing along, so and
once again, like we said before, and I know I didn't want to stop this. If this is a video game, this is the fucking worst video game I've ever fucking played.
And if you're tricked by the Matrix,
fucking glitch,
you could be really plugged in some kind of instrument like a pod, just like in the Matrix or in the Avatar.
Bugs.
And I actually had dreams about it. So,
time out. This potato head is
dreams
telling
about
us that the Matrix Resurrections was an actual good movie. This potato head is trying to convince us of that. Okay.
Okay.
Hold
Hold on.
Together? No, it didn't.
Hold on. The Matrix original, maybe the second was okay, but the rest is fucking shite. But yes.
Yeah.
And I don't know why these idiots fucking think this was fucking real. And the other thing is, Barnabas is fucking anti-trans, and they don't realize that fucking Matrix was made for transgender or for going outside of your body and being whatever you want to be. And not being stuck inside of your shell or the constructs of society. That's literally what the Matrix is supposed to be about. And then these idiots go here and they're like talking about how they think that it's part of whatever their fucking existence is. Like Andrew Tate fucking is like, oh, I ain't part of the Matrix. The Matrix don't get me. I know we're in a Matrix. And you're like, well, but do you know what the Matrix was supposed to be made for? Yeah. And he will never get that.
It was control.
Yeah, and it's busting out of control so that you can expand your consciousness to whatever you want it to be, however you want it to be, and live a life outside of those restraints. And that's part of the reason why I look the way I do. That was one of the movies that helped me progress through being stuck in societal matrix, right? And the constructive norms of gender ideology. But let's go on and see.
Well, the X-Men comic books and the 90s cartoon show, help me realize, hey man, you know what? You're a fucking mutant. I'm a mutant. Yeah, totally.
We're not all the same. Everybody has their own identifying personality, and we can all be different things that constructively all together create a society that helps everybody else, right?
Right.
Just like we always say. Go ahead.
Well, no, I was going to say, like, better person.
You're roboting out a little bit.
My robot.
A bit. A lot. And you're very
Try,
quiet.
Try one more time.
All right, now go ahead. Let me refresh.
Yeah. I kind of lost where I was thinking, but let me try. The Matrix was trying to get everybody to think that they can be their own arbiter of their own existence through whatever they want to control their own life, right? It was, I can control my own existence to make myself the superhero per se, right? And that was the whole thing. He is going to misconstrue that and turn it into his own weird thing, saying that it is just let him talk and then we'll get into it, because I had to watch this too many goddamn times.
So I don't know if you want me to talk about it, but yeah, I kind of had an experience of this.
Yeah, let's hear about the experience. Why not? Sounds like a good start.
I need a shot.
So I had two dreams. One was where I was in a room, and kind of they told me I have to go back to my pod and I have to get my I have to get back jacked in, and I was trying to get out of this whole thing, and I don't know what has happened, but
okay, you had a dream of this, or I'm gonna go back because where did this happen? Did he say the dream? Oh, let's play it anyways.
So and if you're tricked by the Matrix, you could be really plugged in some kind of instrument like a pod, just like in the Matrix or in the Avatar, and I actually had dreams about this. So I don't know if you want to talk about it, but
you had dreams.
I kind of had an experience of this.
Yeah, let's hear about the experience. Why not? Sounds like a good start.
Yeah, so I had two dreams. One was where I was in a room, and kind of they told me I have to go back to my pod and I have to get my I have to get back jacked in, and
so Barnabas, I had a dream about fucking your mom in her ass, and she came so many times over and over again. Is that real now? Because the dream was... Tell me it didn't happen then, Barnabas. Tell me I didn't just fuck your mom in the ass. And I don't even care if she's dead. I love having sex with corpses. In Minecraft. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But once again, this is what these idiots always do. They're like, I had a dream about something, so it must be real some way, shape, or form in the zeitgeist somehow, blah, blah, blah. No, I can have dreams about having orgies with all of you, and I still never had sex with any of you, right? Like, that's not how this world works, you weirdo. Awesome. Right, Mom?
Right. I mean, I've had good dreams before, but they were never real life.
Exactly.
You know?
That's what I'm saying. Just like when I had the dream about Steven Crowder, and we were interviewing him about some TV show, I don't know, or us being on his TV show or something. And he told me, why the fuck are you here? He looks at me and is like, why the fuck are you here? And I'm like, oh, I'm the sword swallower and blah, 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 blah. And he goes, oh, well, you're not as cool as me. And I'm like, why don't you do something better with your life? And he's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, bro, I swallow swords. I do all the, and it was fun. It was funnily weird. I don't know why I had a dream about Steven Crowder, but did that happen? Fuck no, dude. That's not in real life, dude. Steven Crowder's never going to know who the fuck I am. You know what
That's
I'm
just
saying?
our subconscious. Dreams are just our subconscious trying to figure stuff out from the day.
Yeah, and he said he had 2 dreams out of the gazillion and a half million dreams that you have throughout your whole life. That doesn't mean anything. I have dreams about, you don't even want to know the fucked up dreams that I've had, having sex with different people and then turning into different genders and then becoming different animals or different beings, you know, like hybrid things and all that stuff. Like, none of that means anything. I mean, chimeras are fucking hot to have sex with. I mean, what did I say? That? Never mind. No, but anyways, like again, that doesn't mean real life, right? It is your brain trying to get you to think about something, and a lot of times it's getting out your fears or getting out like maybe you're apprehensive about doing something that you're about ready to do, like go to a place or be interviewed or talk to somebody or something. There's just residuals. And like, I don't know, maybe my YouTube was open and somebody was doing a thing about Steven Crowder for a couple minutes, right? And then my brain was like,
or maybe somebody's scared to make their shirt dirty, and they have a bad dream about that.
Yeah, or anything, right? So just because you have a dream about something doesn't mean anything other than something. And I was watching this thing about these ghost hunters, and they kept being like, I had a dream about this while they're in that house. And it's like, yeah, because your brain is thinking about the ghosts in the house, and then you're going to feed off that, and then you're going to have a dream about somebody that you think's either there by having a name reference or some kind of reference or not, and then you're going to make up a story. Like there's this ghost hunter, he's talking about Abilene for this whole time, and then they go to the graveyard, and the wife of the person they're talking about was named Wendy. It's like, yeah, you didn't fucking have the dream that meant anything that was actually real because the name was wrong, even though you talk about the wife of this dead seaman that blah, 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 but you didn't have the right information. Anyways, keep blowing on with this idiocracy because he is not going to represent what the Matrix actually was supposed to be about properly.
I was trying to get out of this whole thing, and I don't know what has happened, but then it kind of like forced me back into my pod, and that's when I woke up, right?
Who's the they?
So, I don't know, no idea. But it was through an injection, and it's a recurring theme actually. So if you look at the Maze Runner,
he was getting a meat injection by some aliens and get back in their pod. Anyways,
this is how when they inject the person, then they got injected into the system, and then they see this the dream world or whatever.
How did they jack you in? Why are you not giving us the proper information that you would be giving us if this actually you thought this actually happened? You would tell us, I felt scared. I felt this. They put these things inside of me in this place. I had a port in this place. He's being very vague about this, and that proves to us, or at least gives me proof that he's not telling us the truth about anything. It's just like when people get interviewed by detectives for murder or other things. They give you weird information, but they don't give you exact information that you would hear if they were innocent or if they were telling you the truth.
Well, and then when they do interview you about your side, they interview you more than once.
Yeah,
and any of the details change.
Yeah, they do multiple. Yeah, they ask you questions in different ways to get you to tell you the story multiple times in different ways to see if any of those facts change exactly. And that's where this guy is not going to do this, so we're not going to get this. But again, he's not telling us the right information. What the ports were like, what it felt like to be jacked in or out, what happened when he got in and out of these things, what was the experience he actually had through the process of going through the Matrix, right? You would say it hurt. Oh, it was exhilarating. Oh, well, I felt like that going into me, those are the details that you would have way more instead of just pretending that something happened to you. And you're being very vague because you don't want to actually say anything, because then I don't know how somebody could disprove him, but that's why he's trying to be vague. Is trying to, you all know what I'm saying. Hey, Mr. Fear. Who is believing this? None of us. Nobody. I don't believe anybody. I don't know what the I didn't look at the stream to see how many views there were and how many likes and stuff, but it's actually shit. Like literally.
I don't think Barnabas believes this. I think he's just doing like fan fiction, telling a story kind of deal to get the attention.
Wait, no, mama. He is not real. He is an AI bot.
You're right.
from the Russian government to confuse the dumb humans into thinking there's nothing real, so that they can take it over by communism. I'm just kidding. No, we're not going to say that. But the Russian government is sent him here. That's what I believe. And Barnabas, I know you're never going to see this, but if you ever do, prove me wrong, homie. Make a video proving us wrong, and NANA put in a shot. So I'm guessing it's the $5 one. So we're gonna do the pink vodka. And I actually got this at the tattoo convention. One of my homegirls pulled it out and was like, "You want this?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, girl, that's my fucking
That's
favorite."
my thing, girl. Thank you.
Yeah. It was so funny. All right, cheers, bro. Salute, Solanche, skull, all the above. I'm gonna keep it open. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Sound like Cookie there for a minute.
Cookie came out.
Cookie came out for a minute.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do this right quick. 1 year ago, this has 587 views and only 47 thumbs ups. You know how bad that is for statistics?
Not very good.
Literally. And there are 12 comments as well. And we are not going to look at those fucking 12 comments. Fuck that bullshit. Anyways, that is a bad statistics. And I don't know who the new now is exactly. It's obviously this dude over here on the right. But I've never heard of him. And this was a year ago. But because we were talking about how he's fake and he's talking about the Matrix, I believe that you are part of the fake Matrix that the government is putting on from, I'm going to say Russia, because fuck Russia right now. I almost said China, although I do like China. And yes, they are like, we're going against them per se, and technology and work and blah 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 and making things, but fuck Russia right now. So that's what we're saying. Barnabas, you are an AI bot sent here from Russia, and let's keep going.
That was one.
Prove me wrong, Barnabas.
The other one, I was in a war, and I kind of escaped from the front line, and then I went to the barracks where the soldiers were resting. And they invited me for
we're getting there in a second
for a meal, and then
12.
And then when I got closer, that's when they got to me and they injected me, and that's when I woke up. So so basically, like the Mayans say, the dream world could be the real world, and that's
all right. So your friends, this is just like I say. This is just like I say with all of the humans that get abducted by aliens. I'm just checking to see if I do see there's a thingamabobber of a shot. I'm believing you, NA, and so we're gonna do a couple more in a second. But I forgot where I was going. Let's just keep blowing on that. Too many things happened at once.
That's how I felt like. So as soon as they injected me in my dream, I woke up. It's just like
the opposite. So they invited you for a meal. Do you mean they invited you to be the meal?
Oh, what I was saying is just like every time that somebody says they got abducted by aliens and they got something up their arse, they woke up in the morning and their whatever hurt, injection site, and they find out later that their friends were playing a joke on them. Right? They show up at the bar later and they're like, "Hey, how's your butt feel?" like that's what happened to you, homie. You got drunk with your friends and they implanted something in your mind to think that you thought something happened when it really didn't, which means they entered your butt and you want to pretend that you did not get butt fucked by your best friend or your friend while you all were drunk. That's what I'm going to say, Barnabas. Prove me wrong.
Or they invited you.
No.
Yeah.
They offered me a meal.
They offered you a meal. I mean, it's really interesting with the injection that's being passed along these days, right? It's something that's being forced pretty much on the world. And how you say being plugged in and things like that.
No, it was not forced on the world, you fuck nugget.
Who forced where on any place?
Nobody was forced to take the injection. Nobody.
Give me a country that said that you had to do it, and they went Zeke Heil style to your front door and injected everybody without with nobody being left unvaccinated. That never happened. The Americas never actually locked down anything. We had horrible mask mandates throughout the country, even though there were. It was not done the way that it should have been done.
Correct.
And the vaccine thing was very, very lax. If you didn't get the vaccine and you went to go to work, you could take the test. And the tests that we've come to find out were fucking bad. They were horrible. They tested negative constantly. Biden's family even went through that. It was his mother and cousin or something. I don't remember off the top of my head.
They did have like false positives, but that's because when I read if you have a machine that takes multiple samples or whatever, one after the other, you have to clean it before you put a new sample in. Sometimes that wasn't getting done correctly. Therefore, it gave off a false positive.
Sure, there was something in the process that was giving off false positives that we know that was like 60% of the time to some extent. Now, looking back at it, because people who tested negative had it and then they spread it, or they had to, they found out they had it later by taking other tests or blah, blah, yakety schmackety. So that is part of it. Who's Red Dwarf? Anyways, we'll talk about that later. Hey, dog. We're
dog.
So glad to see you are here and hanging out with us, and hopefully we don't make your heart rate climb by listening to the Idiocracy. And then we have a Doc. How are you doing, Doc?
Hi, Doc. How you doing?
Well, so anyways, let's keep blowing on with this. Okay, I have to do this really quick.
Oh God, you got to play-by-play out.
We have to make him a clown at least once. We're making.
Where's his balloons? Where's his balloons?
It's in his pants where his penis should be. Prove me wrong, Barnabas. And then it's right here. I can't not do this. It's right there, bro.
Just laying on the table. Pick it up and run with it, man. Go. Yeah, I had to switch to my Hulk avatar because I almost smashed this pad. It was freaking out on me. Yeah, it was freaking out on me, and I finally figured out what was wrong.
It couldn't take the stupid. We get it. I understand.
Yeah, well, fair enough.
So, I'm doing a shot of the bad shit that I fucking hate. So here's for you. Cheers, bro. Salute, Solange.
The worst tasting vodka I ever drank was a flavor called birthday cake. Oh man, that was awful.
Bubble gum is the worst I've ever tasted. When I used to be the GM for the County Cork, the distributors for the hard alcohols used to come in and give us like cotton candy vodka, bubblegum vodka, and all this weird shit because we were like a sorority, a fraternity bar. I had 3 levels. I had the upstairs was had a stage and a venue that could hold 120 people. My middle level was 2 ballrooms that could hold 80 people each or something, and I would put on fraternity and sorority events private events down there, and then I had a basement that I could fit 60 people or something, and then I would put on goth industrial or fetish nights down there. So I would have 3 levels of entertainment 4 nights a week. It was crazy what I was doing. That shit.
you could fit 60 people in your dungeon. That's impressive.
That is impressive.
Exactly. And they all enjoyed it.
60 people.
we left. They always left with 5 stars on their arse.
They always left happy.
So, anyways,
and so did Slim.
Will somebody screenshot this so that we can maybe send it to Barnabas eventually or something? Anyways, let's keep blowing on.
My lighter's missing. Damn. Right in front of me.
Somebody will get it. Anyways, let's go back to here. And
I've heard as well a lot of the stuff that they're insisting people take. We'll leave it at that in case we want to get this on YouTube.
Yeah, I know
metallic
that's
or has
the
metallurgic
comedy.
or magnetic properties. For maybe it's for dampening down empathy, which I've heard from a lot of people. Right, a lot of the people that have had 1, 2, and 3 experiences, we'll say, with the doctors recently, have seemed and been well, if they're alive on the other side, because a lot of people are getting sick and dying from what I've heard. They at the very least seem more less empathic.
Fuck you.
And that could be kind of what they
From
are.
the vaccines, they're perpetuating that bullshit.
There's
even a year ago they were perpetuating that bullshit.
There's nobody dying from the vaccines per se.
No.
There are people that have died that got the vaccine. Duh, that's how the world works. People fucking die. That doesn't mean that there's a correlation to anything of that.
There's only 3 people that have actually they know died from a vaccine. 9, and there were like another 9 or 10 that were like incidental. That could be a vaccine. But everybody else has either died, like you said, either got the vaccine, was in a car wreck, or had a heart attack, or whatever, and they try and correlate it. You know?
Yeah. And like the high school students and the athletes that have died from stuff.
Well, yeah, that basketball
recently
player
that were
collapsed.
vaccinated.
Yeah.
We already know those were already happening before. So
Yes,
there's
were.
a lot of heart attacks happening in the high school and college with college kids and also with professionals.
The thing I remember with ones before was an athlete who was running. They found out later on that he had an undiagnosed congenital heart condition.
Yeah, totally.
And he collapsed and died. That can happen to people. People just arbitrarily just die for no reason at the start until you look into it and they realize, oh, they had a congenital condition they didn't know about or something. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Everybody say happy birthday to Doc.
Happy birthday, Doc. 49. You're still young. Jeez, Doc.
Yeah.
Call me when you're
Oh, you
58
trying to
like
catch
me,
up
and
with
then
me?
we'll talk, okay?
Yeah, he's trying to catch up with us.
He's trying to catch up to us.
But yeah,
Exactly.
no, I wanted you, the dude on the right, Slim, put like a villain mustache on him and like
at
a
that
little
face.
shitty goatee. Yeah.
The way his lips are
'Cause
kind of.
he's-
Right
No.
now.
Yeah, you
just put
paused
the
it
little
at the
thin
perfect moment.
stash
Yeah.
right in the middle of his lip.
Oh, I thought
There
that
you
was
go.
a cat in a hat.
That's-
That's
he's
just
gonna
some
look
weird
just like
thing
it.
behind him.
Give him a little swastika on his forehead. Give him a little.
He's
tiny
even got
mustache.
the handlebar eyebrows.
I'm not going to do that.
No.
Put the Charles Manson thing he used to cut in his forehead all the time. On
That's the
there.
swastika.
And
on
we're
his
not
forehead.
doing that. No, we're not
No.
doing that
Kinda.
right now.
It's kind of.
We're
You could put a
almost
pith.
there,
You
but
You
I'm
could
not
put
sure
a pith
yet.
helmet on him. You know, the helmet with the spike.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The Kaiser.
Oh, I heard.
He looks
and-
like what's his name there from the guy with the face mask. V for
Oh, Guy Fawkes.
Oh, V for Vendetta.
V for
Yeah,
Vendetta.
Yeah.
Yeah, Guy
He
Fawkes.
looks like that guy. Guy Fawkes.
I
yes.
saw on YouTube somebody has a video of Adolf's actual voice. They have a rare recording that was found of him actually talking to somebody else with his actual voice. I guess when he was talking to other people or did speeches or whatever, he put on more of a gruffer, deeper voice or something to make him sound, you know, more tough or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, whoa. It wasn't too much different. It was just a little more higher. But yeah, you could tell he put on a little bit of an affection to his voice.
Okay,
Effect to his
somebody
voice.
screenshot that.
Yes, get that. Come on, man. Come on out there.
There we go.
You can
Guy
do it.
Fawkes and a demon. Is that demon sucking a dick? That
It's
demon's sucking a dick.
totally is.
Yeah,
It
totally
totally
is.
Okay, all right. Here we go.
He's
Let's
licking
keep-
one.
let's keep going.
matrix and tricking people, since this is the topic today, to get the medical procedures, which could make it easier for them to be tricked into the matrix.
What?
Yeah, I mean, this
Oh
is
my
exactly
God,
hopefully
idiots.
to be like a mirror of that happening, you know, and we don't know like their mental state, their spirit. We don't know where that is going. Maybe once they got injected with this shit, they go to a different dimension or flip the script or flip into.
Nothing happened.
No, that's
to
not how
me.
that worked. Okay.
Nothing happened. Did anybody feel a flip or a transition?
No,
or they
nothing.
started doing anything
I've had
different
4.
after
Okay.
they-
Not
Yeah,
one
I've had-
time did I feel like I went to another universe or through a portal or flipped. Life
And
just
I
went on
have
as
n-
normal for me.
Yeah, I've not changed my diet. I've not done anything different. There's nothing.
I mean,
that
just
has
because I can
changed at
type
all.
without my fingers, I can do telepathically, doesn't mean the shot affected me
Doesn't
whatsoever.
mean
Okay.
Just now I can magnetically pull vagina towards me.
There you
and
go.
all.
Mhm,
Does not mean that anything changed. No, I'm just kidding.
If you were a
But
babe
no,
magnet now, you're really a literal babe magnet
I'm
now.
yeah, exactly. Wunderbar. Yeah, no, nothing has changed. Nothing has turned into anything. People are not dying in mass.
No, they're not.
Mass or anything like that. So, like, screw you, hippie. You are an asshole and an idiot.
That's what a lot of
What's
people
going
are doing, saying is they're dying in droves. It's like, okay, where's the overcrowded morgues? Where's people just falling over in the streets? We would
Citation
know
needed,
if that was
motherfucker.
happening. Okay, you couldn't hide
Yeah.
that from the world.
And they keep saying, "Oh, they're dying from blah blah blah." Yeah, that's already happening, you dumb cunt. That's nothing new. Like, athletes die because their hearts explode. There are certain other organs.
Well,
explode.
and the thing is they perpetuate that. We knew going in when we got the vaccine, it wasn't going to prevent getting COVID. It would be to lessen the symptoms should we get COVID, right? That was this whole purpose.
Okay,
but they
so the
perpetuate it like, no. You knew you couldn't get it, so therefore you thought you could. It's like, please, no.
So the first reports of it said it's going to stop it.
Okay.
The only reason that it did not happen is because 80% of the population did not get vaccinated. So
Right.
then it became, it's going to make it so it gets not as bad for you if you are, because these
Correct.
other idiots won't do it. So because science changes does not mean somebody lied to you at first.
Yeah.
It meant that the best of our understanding, we thought it was this, and then now it has to be this, which is changing. And that's why it's not a religion. A religion only lets you believe in one version of this, and it does not change and manicure over time per se, although you kind of can do that with people. But that's the difference.
It's like in the flu vaccines. They predict the strains for the coming year. And they'll tell you if you're around someone with the flu 2 weeks before, 2 weeks after, you could get those possible strains because your body is not either doesn't have the vaccine yet or it hasn't come accustomed to it yet.
And that's
that
how
kind
a
of thing.
vaccine,
Yeah.
and that's how a vaccine
takes
works. No matter just how a vaccine works, no matter what you idiots. Sometimes, most of the time, it works, and sometimes you may barely get it. But what it's going to do is it's going to reduce the risk of you actually having a negative effect from it, like brain damage, like nerve damage, muscle damage, and other things like that. So again, nothing is 100%. You idiots. It means that you're going to hopefully do that, and then also not spread to other motherfucking people. That's the main thing.
There's like a 5% chance versus a 95% chance.
Yeah.
deal.
And
It's a
especially-
much lower chance of spreading it to people.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you
and
can't,
it's
but
like-
there's a very low chance you can.
Yeah, and dog.
Yes, dog.
I mean, it was-
exactly.
Mom, read that out loud.
The vaccine turned me into the Matrix.
Yes, exactly. All right,
Wait,
so
you
let's
took
just
the
blow.
blue pill.
I took both at once, and now I'm purple pilled. Anyways, never mind.
Right?
Before we get away from the whole vaccine, vaccine shit,
I get you.
Jonas Salk came up with the polio vaccine.
Yep.
And it cured 98% of people, but there was that 2% that it actually gave polio
Correct.
to. Well, luck of the draw. Roll the dice,
Not
How many
everybody.
people are still alive at an iron lung? Yeah.
What do you want? 98% of the population to be cured,
Mhm.
or we all die.
And honestly, vaccines are not one size fits all. People are going to have adverse reactions to them.
Yep.
Physiologically, we're not all the same.
There are barely enough versions of our DNA for us to all have different versions of effects from this.
Right.
Some humans don't fucking grow molars. Some fucking humans don't do this and that because there's a certain section of the DNA that causes them to be a variant from it. So yes, there may be some people who can't respond to that. Oh, that's right. I forgot. It's because the Chinese government made it so that it only affected the Nazca Jews and the black. No,
Do you remember when AIDS first came about? People thought only gay people could get it.
Yeah, of course.
And then people were getting it through blood transfusions, and they realized, oh no, anybody can get it now.
Yeah, that never made any sense at all.
No,
for any reason.
I know.
But yes,
that was so stupid.
Yeah, and
well, if I could circle. Well, if I could circle around for a minute,
circle the wagons.
We were talking about vaccines. We were talking about vaccines. You know how many vaccines I got in my first 2 weeks in basic training?
A lot.
Do you know how many?
I can't. I lost count.
Yeah, exactly. And you know how many vaccines it takes for you to go to Australia, to go to
another country in general,
Antarctica, to go to. Yeah. I mean, when I go to visit your mom's vagina, they gave me at least 12. You know,
yeah, you gotta have that HPV shot. Yeah,
including the B12 shot to make sure you can have enough energy to do what you need to do.
Perform adequately. Yeah.
So once again,
but some people. Some people fell out from the shots. I wasn't one of them, but we had like 3 or 4 in the bay that fell out because they had an adverse reaction to one of the shots. Yeah.
And you can.
If you've done if you talk to your friends that have been in the military, they're going to say the exact thing. If you look at the statistics, you're going to see the exact same thing. When you give somebody like 21 shots in a 48-hour period or something like that, right? I think they do try to spread them out.
Yeah.
But you're still it's gonna fucking knock the fuck out of some people. Some people are gonna fucking take it. And once again, it just matters what does
your genes. Yeah.
Your immune system.
And
or your immune system. If your immune system is fucking pumped up and ready to go like your 19-year-old a linebacker ready to fuck the whole cheerleading team, you're gonna be golden.
Yeah, all at once.
But if you're dipping in your immune system, then it's gonna act like you have the flu. Or
I will tell you, when I got the shingles vaccine a year ago, it knocked me out for 3 days. It was awful for 3 days. However, I looked at it this way: rather go through 3 days of feeling crappy than have to deal with getting shingles, because I've heard it's painful.
Yeah, and you get all these growths, and you get all this weird. Yeah, no, it's not fun to get that.
So it's a pro or con kind of thing,
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's like chickenpox 2.0. Chickenpox 2.0 is what shingles is, but they run down your nerves.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what makes it so painful. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, let's keep going on before we get further
down this rabbit hole.
Yeah, before we get further
Sometimes fun with the play-by-play marker, so let's continue with Barnabas.
All right, well, what we got over here, we got this clown, and he's just going to act like an idiot, if you know what I'm saying, and then he's just going to give it to
I gotta say, like, you adding the reds to the faces shows how white they are.
Yes,
look at how white. Look at how white
they are.
It
does make them look whiter, doesn't it?
Yeah, dude.
Of course, they have the lights on them too, but
it's so crazy. It's so crazy. Anyways, let's keep blowing on before I get further into this. Somebody clip that. Somebody screenshot that. Okay, here we go.
A different world. I don't know. But yeah. Well, personally, I would guess, if I'm guessing, that the Matrix is made by us, which is why we get tricked. Pretty much being powerful beings.
Why
so
is it made by us?
I have seen for myself, our thought process or what we believe or what we take to be real becomes real. And a lot of what we decide obviously is not decided by us. I mean, we choose to take on media or other people's opinions or what we hear over and over again from the TV, from the newspapers, from the magazines, those sorts of things. And it seems to me that that's what brings people towards an imagination that might not. What could be very interesting here in that, Barnabas had a knock at the door from somebody working on his property is how I would say the Matrix is proactive or interactive, even with us humans. As Barnabas and I started talking about the Matrix and knocking on the door, we got interrupted, in the middle of things.
That means nothing, guy.
So I think it's a multidimensional experience of what, if we're talking about trick is, people talk about Maya, Barnabas mentioned Mayan, which is an illusion, which is maybe the trick of reality in how our energy makes up our dream, even to the solid world, even to, as we're talking about the Matrix, that world kind of starts to interfere, and being plugged in or not, perhaps that's one of the biggest tricks is to see how you do make your reality on a moment by moment basis in relation to what you believe to be true.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the movie The Adjustment Bureau, that's a great example exactly for this. I don't know if you've seen the movie, but it's basically about how the Matrix have these controllers, or the warden, and these kind of agents can spill your coffee, knock at the door, or you have an internet outage, to kind of adjust your experience.
Oh, so anything that happens in your life that's negative.
So apparently people in real life that don't know what the hell you're doing and are doing something they need to do are somehow interrupting your that's the Matrix somehow, right?
So all the NPCs that are in your life, I'm just using that as a pretend reference, right? So every NPC in your life that, again, like Mama said, doesn't know what the fuck's going on in your life, and they're on their own little mission, right?
Right.
They're doing their own thing. Because they bump into you or you bump into them, now somehow they are interacting in your existence to make your life harder or something like.
And distracting you somehow from what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, exactly. It's like say some
on
woman
purpose.
Yeah. Say some woman is like trying to take care of a child, and then she backs into you and knocks your coffee out of your hand. You're saying that the Matrix made this wonderful lady get in a fight with her kid, right? Or the kid did something to interact with you to make your life harder. The screw that is in the middle of the street that you run over that pops your tire was put there just to fuck with you.
Just to mess with you. Yeah.
No, that's not how the universe works, you idiot. When a car, when a truck drove by, it had a screw that fell out of its back, right?
Right.
And it landed in a certain place. And this car went around it, and it caused it to flip around. And eventually, your punk ass drove over it. That is random.
He acts like,
order,
well, I'm doing
right?
this, so therefore the rest of the world just needs to leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And let me do what I need to do.
Disturbed? Why am I being disturbed?
Why am I being exactly? Yeah. It's like, that's not how life works, dude.
Yeah, no, this is exactly what we needed. Thank you for saying that. This is exactly what we need to be drawn. No, hold on.
Tinfoil hat, yes.
Hold on. I got to get it right. I got to get it right.
Okay, fair enough.
There we go.
Make it a dunce cap.
We got a tinfoil hat. I'm gonna give him 2.
I'm gonna give him 2 just for what? Yeah.
Yeah, just for the heck of it. And then I'm going to give him a brim. I don't know why.
It looks like a little tinfoil. It looks like a cowboy hat.
Yeah, it's a tinfoil. And then
tinfoil cowboy hat. There we go.
We're going to give him a little bit more of a... Oh, hold on. I'm going to give him a darker one so that we can see it in his dumbass fucking framing that he's got.
Oh, yeah.
He's
got a very light background behind him.
I just want to point out right quick. Do you guys think this is his real background, or do you think this is a fucking?
I think
fake
that's
background?
No, that's not. That's a real one. I think. I don't think
that's
it's
real. Okay.
That's
leaning
the room
towards...
he has at his mom's place.
Because if you look at the background, it doesn't look around his.
But it's.
But what I'm saying though is, if you look behind him, you can usually tell the fake backgrounds the way they look around the people, silhouette around the people. That's definitely real background.
Okay. I don't see a shadow.
Well,
and I don't see
honestly, the
other
floor
things.
Because he
looks
does
so
play
close
the
to his
guitar,
shoulder,
if I recall right.
Dude,
Yeah.
you know what?
But
Go
look
ahead.
how close the floor looks to his shoulder.
Yeah,
It
but that's
looks like a fake
Perspective.
me.
it's the
That's
position of the
perspective, though.
camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
know.
Maybe this is his room because he probably slips on this thing right here.
And it looks like he's got a window. He's against the wall. There's like a window right there.
But I don't see
in front
any.
of him.
I don't see any highlighting on his shoulders from there, though. Right? There's no light. The light is being distributed weirdly on
Well,
him.
if that's a background,
And
it's
then
a nice looking background.
Why is
he did it very well?
No, the highlighting is very weird. I
Yeah, but
think
remember,
it's a
he
fake
could have a window in
background.
front of him too. I don't think it's a
No,
light. I think it's a window.
No, okay, maybe. But this looks like what a fucking yoga girl's room looks like, not fucking him. I think that he would have.
How do
like,
you know
durable-
that he's not a yoga girl in real
I don't know.
life?
Well, he is
Just
a yoga
saying.
girl in real life. No, he totally is a yoga girl in real life. And we
I
know
can
this
picture
is
him
this
doing
dude's
yoga.
background.
The way he acts.
Yeah.
He's probably into crystals and yoga and all that stuff.
No, he definitely takes.
Why are you
crystal
insulting
enemas.
yoga girls so
I don't-
much?
I don't mean yoga's woo, but like using yoga,
It
along with
kinda-
crystals and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
kinda
why
is.
are
Anyways.
you dissing those people by comparing him to that?
Well,
because
I'm not
That-
dissing them.
almost-
It's
almost
just a
close.
description.
But look, this definitely is his background. We definitely know this is this dude's background for sure. Anyways, no yoga girls. It's woo.
Hang on,
It's
hang
woo.
on. I've got two things.
Go ahead.
I've got two things. Obviously, Barnabas here lives in his own version of reality, and I will give you an example because he just said it.
Yeah.
He said the Adjustment Girl. That is not the name of that fucking movie. It's the
Right.
Adjustment Bureau.
Yeah.
But you know,
He may have
believes
said
what he
bureau,
wants.
but the way he talks, it sounded like girl. Because he does have that, he has
It
that
sounded
accent.
like
So
girl to me. Yeah, it did sound like.
It's just
girl
the way
to me.
he's saying it.
The Adjustment Girl. I was like,
And also, I've never seen that background in any kind of other person's streams. There's like that generic living room background that people have with a piano in the back and stuff.
No, I
that
get
you can
you,
tell
but
is
he-
an actual, background. It's not like a room.
He could have spent 30 seconds in finding this for free in on a website. But anyways, I'm not gonna 100% disagree with you, Mama. Just to me, this very much looks like a fake background. And why is he gay? Because he is in the closet, and that's probably where he actually recorded this, was in his closet, because he is in the closet. But let's blow a little bit further into this.
So you have an intention, you want to put out something, you have an energy that you want to do something, what you want to create with that energy.
he does.
And if that is not in the script of the Matrix or that or the Warden, then they just try to disrupt you. And that was a brilliant example. So I think when you edit it, you should leave a little bit in the video.
Yeah, for sure. We got stopped, and I'm sorry I stopped recording, but Barnabas's curtain also floated through and above and around the screen, as we were waiting. So I think in some
So he
ways,
is in
I
front
would say we can bring a third point
of
into
a
Tricked by the
window.
Matrix. As you see, myself and Barnabas talking as humans on the planet, and we're talking about energy and movies and things we've seen. Then there's also the real world, which
He's
floats
in
here
the
like a
bubbler.
flower, a plant, a
I
tree,
can
or a
hear
bird.
it. Bubble, bubble.
Which, in my opinion, isn't controlled by the Matrix, but is the real world floating through, your dream. So
his
the reason
window's
I'm
open
mentioning
and
this
it
is,
blue,
yes, we're
so
talking about being
therefore the Matrix is distracting people.
Yeah, because the wind
Did
doesn't
he
blow
not?
like 20 times a day or whatever. There's like a cycle of wind naturally that happens.
Yeah, God
But
forbid
you
there's
can-
wind and things don't go the way you want them to, and
And you
Did
could have
you not-
closed the window, you twat.
Did you not see Doctor Strange? His cape floats on its own, and it has a
Yeah.
mind of its own.
Yeah, it's true.
The Matrix confirmed.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
By the Matrix, perhaps we can talk about how you navigate through the Matrix in relation to the trickery, like what you use to notice what could be real and what could be Matrixy.
Dog has a point.
Yeah, I mean, again, just have to bring up the example of the
Are his
Adjustment Bureau.
headphones glitching?
This movie is great. I watched it many times.
Oh, yeah. And I was also
he got it
thinking,
right
So,
that time.
if
you
it
can
was
see
a
the
real background, then that window behind him would have caused so much bad lighting. Which he
Yeah, that's
doesn't
what I was
have.
thinking. But again, fuck it. Let's keep blowing on because we need to get into the meat
Okay.
of what he's still talking about. Because we can sit here all
Whatever
day
it is,
long and
it's a
talk about-
nice looking background. Just saying, it's better than some of the other
Yeah,
ones I've seen.
no, I'm on the same page with you. Although this is what I think fucking and then I'm not gonna say it. Let's keep going.
That the guy is
No,
trying
no,
to
the thing that
to
bothers
go
me
against
about
the
the
script,
background-
go against the adjustment.
Okay.
The thing that bothers me about the background is the glare in the fucking mirror.
I know.
yeah.
I'm on the same page as you.
Thankfully, it's off to the left though, so when you're looking at him, you're not really paying attention to it.
Well,
and then,
but the you see how it's shining on the floor? The
Yeah.
The shine is not moving across the floor, so could be a fake background.
And I'm really scared about the fucking bed that's on the right of him with the pillow on it. Like he
Oh, the
sleeps
one on the floor there?
next to-
Yeah.
or somebody sleeps on the floor next to him. It's kind of scary. I'm a little scared about that.
Be a dog bed.
Okay, my bad. Go ahead.
I hope it's a dog bed. But
Maybe
we'll
that's
see.
where he sleeps because the wife kicked him out of
And
the bed.
the things he found is sometimes you have
Wait, you got a wife?
to go against the law. Okay.
I think he does.
So, obviously, I'm not promoting breaking the law here, but we are just talking about the Matrix. So, so basically, he was telling the taxi driver, if you want to get an extra $100, you'll have to break a couple of traffic laws, and then they went through reds and whatever. So again, I'm just saying as character in the Matrix that this is what probably is required according to the movie, to kind of like, if you have that energy against you, they try to block your energy. You have to do things out of the norm.
So did he just say that it's okay to jump into a taxi and just get them to break
No, I
all
think
the
in the
laws?
movie there's a scene where they jump into a taxi and the guy says, "Give me
get
there as
away
fast as you
from-
can."
Yeah,
couple
yeah,
$100
no, I
bucks
know,
in
I
it
know.
for you. So he's acting like they're, I don't know. It's just he's
sometimes you
analyzing
do
it
that.
too damn much. Let's just say
You
that.
do that or something.
Well, is that the scene where they sucked the thing out of his belly button? Was that in a taxi or in another car?
No, that was.
I started
I
watching
don't
The
think it
Matrix
was in a
Resurrections. I
taxi.
could not finish it. To tell you
No,
the
I
truth.
think it was in.
No,
I could not
this
finish
is
it.
in the first movie.
It was. I don't think
this
it was
is
ever
in the
in a
first movie. They
I
put
do
that
remember in the
thing
first
on
one.
his fucking stomach. Yeah, okay.
In a taxi. I thought it was only in a medical place or a,
I don't remember.
a static place.
First one
No,
came
it was in the back seat of some car. Yeah, they put this
Okay,
thing
okay,
on
I
his
don't-
belly, and it sucked the little robot tracker thing out of his belly button. You don't remember
Okay,
that?
somebody find the clip of that.
I remember
Anyways,
the
let's
scene
keep
in
going
Total
on.
Recall where he pulled. Was it Total Recall?
Yeah, they pulled the thing
Yeah,
out of
pulled
his
it out
ear.
Where he pulls
Or
thing
no,
where
yeah.
Schwarzenegger pulled the
His
thing out of his
sinus.
nose. I do remember that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
That scene.
Okay. Anyways,
And we can see this in many other movies.
Hey,
So we
I
can see it
remember
in,
the little short girl, the little
in
dwarf
Avatar.
girl who had 3 titties. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, of course we remember that. Yeah.
Right. So we talked about Avatar and Matrix, and in Avatar, at the end of the movie, he's basically taking an insane risk, and he's narrating the happening, and he says sometimes your life boils down to an insane move, and that's when he got the dragon that no one was able to tame, right? Only like 2 or 3 generations before, and before, because he did that, then the people believed him. They let him lead him. So
talking
sometimes
about another
you have to go
movie.
against the flow,
course
the
he
norm.
is.
So like you have your regular routine, and you feel that you are being stopped or being hindered by these entities or the Matrix or whatever. You have to sometimes do insane moves and break laws, whether it be government-made rules or man-made rules or I don't know, the rules of nature or whatever. Again, I'm
Yeah,
not
exactly. I want to do
promoting
bullet time.
illegal.
I'm going to do bullet time.
So what he's
Fuck
saying
this
is, if
noise.
I'm going down the street and there's a red light, I'm not going to stop because that's the Matrix telling me I have to stop, and I don't want to stop. Fuck the Matrix. Is that what he's saying?
Or
That he's
or
messing.
what
They're
it-
messing with my routine of driving down the
almost,
road.
Almost, Mama. He's saying that like if I feel like I'm in danger from the Matrix, then I get to do whatever I want to break whatever law to get away from the bad guys. So
yeah.
if you thought that the bad guy was behind you, then yes, you get to break all of the red light laws you want. If there's not the bad guys behind you, then you still stay within the law. So it's a weird ebb and
But
flow.
then he puts it as if someone's messing with my routine. Like
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it's not about that either, you know?
No, of course not. And then so if you were to
let's just say if he were in the US, he would be a sovereign citizen, okay? I guarantee it.
Yeah. And Barnabas, we still believe that you are not real and you're an AI robot.
He did have a shirt on saying fake before.
Prove us wrong. We're gonna go a little bit further into this, and then we're gonna begin getting the fuck out of here because, again, I'm still exhausted.
You still tired? Yeah, I don't blame you.
Gazillion, and I'm still trying to.
I was going to ask you how you feeling. Yeah, I was going.
Yeah, I'm a little out of it still. I got 2 different tattoos over the weekend, and then I worked 3 12-hour days, and got stapled like 15 times or something like that. And so my body is still trying to reject me. So it's fun, but I'm not. My consciousness is slowly dwindling.
It's fun, but it's taxing. It is fucking taxing.
Physically taxing
your body
and mentally
probably
taxing
your mind
too.
Yeah, exactly. So let's go a little bit further into this, and then we will blow out of here.
Legal stuff here, but you know what I mean.
Well, I'll promote it then, because I a little bit here and there, because I have elected govern yourself right behind me, which basically means you make your own rules. And I like the fact that Barnabas mentioned insane, because I guess a slang for insane is out of your mind. He's out of his mind. It's crazy. So perhaps the Matrix is in our mind. That would be my guess. And what gets put in there, whether again movie, TVs, media, perhaps there's the 5G and the whole things are being projected into new technology that I know Barnabas has kind of touched upon, and other people have looked at as well. In that it could be another reason for the jab going on, because with metal in your body, people are becoming receptors, and if you're receptors for a radio wave.
No, son of a beast.
That's not how that works.
That's not how any of that shit
works. There's not enough metal in there.
Hey, you got the clip. You got the clip. Fucking throw it up there. Throw it up there, Slim. That's how not.
And how would it be powered? How would it be received?
Hold on. Hold on.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
Exactly. No, y'all, there is small bits of metal type particles in there, but that causes it to work with your body, just like when you
they're talking
there is like magnesium or whatever
about?
Right in it, right? There's something that seems like a metal that's in there, but it's not technically. And or whatever in mercury or
they don't have mercury in them. That's something else.
But it's something that's in mercury.
I can't remember the name of it.
Right?
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Right.
And or like,
hey, look, your body. Well, 1 second. Your body needs metal to work. Your iron is in your blood. Calcium is in your bones. Those are fucking metals. So, okay.
Once again,
I get that.
So like to take in B's and to take in C's,
no worries, Commander.
You also need other thingamabobbers to get that in. No worries, Commander. Welcome to the idiocracy.
Yeah, glad you're here at least.
You missed
magnesium.
stupidity.
Were you thinking about magnesium?
Sure. Magnesium. There's all kinds of other things that metabolize your B's and your other C's and other things, right?
Like C's, like C with magnesium, it helps it absorb a lot better, I think.
Yeah, and then it actually puts it in your body and it doesn't just throw it out when you pee or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So you need multiple things that do things that are something and things and stuff. And that's why in vaccines they put like multiple things in it. Or you can get a vaccine that has the flu vaccine with the COVID vaccine and with other things, right? So just because you have a bunch of things that are in each other being put into you does not mean they're negative. And you have to look at what the...
No,
I can't...
I usually only like positive things put into me. I'm just saying. I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah, exactly. So anyways, let's go on a little bit more with this idiocracy, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Waves or TV waves, or who knows what kind of technology may be floating around out there. You could be receptive to ideas, implants, suggestions. And I don't want to sound too woo-woo, but quite simply put, people that have had metal in their teeth have had radio signals come out of their head. I found that
that's
when
I'm real.
That's a
lower in my
myth.
energy, my thoughts get a little louder than when I'm higher in my energy. So getting out of your mind, going against the grain, being illegal, breaking the rules, what are the laws anyways, could be exactly how you untrick yourself from the Matrix, because you have to find a different sort of strategy for navigating through the world?
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, talking about illegal. I mean, I don't believe in the governments, you know, and of course, anarchy is what they should be aiming at, because no one gave them the power.
You believe that you should not have, and nobody should have power over anybody. So, Barnabas, what you're saying is, I can run up into your household and steal all of your shit, knock you the fuck out, rape you, and leave, and nothing should happen to me?
Right.
Is that what you really think? You really think in actual anarchy? Because that's what actual anarchy is. Nope, you would not believe that. As soon as I ran into your apartment and forced my way in and tried to violate you, you would be calling the cops and asking for them to come and save you. You are not in anarchy, you little bitch.
Or, you know, I didn't give them the power, so that's a good one. But I wanted to touch up on.
Do I believe in that? Hell no. No, I don't believe that I should be able to do that to anybody. Obviously,
No.
I was using that as a fake thingy.
As an example.
I don't think that I should. Yeah, example. I don't think that we should have those freedoms.
I was
No,
muted. I
that's
tried
why
to say
law,
that.
and that's why we have a community, and that's why we have the Declaration of Independence and blah 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 yakety schmackety. That's why we have the laws and the things that we abide by. That's why we're not sovereign citizens, which doesn't make any sense. Why would we allow people to not have fucking
even anarchists believe in volunteerism, so somebody's always going to be in charge. There's going to be a hierarchy, whether you take turns or not. You're going to get that one person that's going to refuse to take turns.
Yeah, and then we're going to have
and then where's your anarchy then?
Yeah, no,
You know?
Once again, true anarchists.
We're taking turns. We're taking turns here. Okay, fair
Well,
enough.
that's what we call socialism. When I
Yes.
take turns. Never mind. We'll talk about that later.
I thought that was called a train.
Okay.
Never mind, that's a whole different thing. Yeah, sorry.
Well, that's running a train is a socialist thing. Never mind. We'll talk about that later.
Hey,
Anyways,
as long as
that's
I'm
what
the
we're-
conductor and can derail the motherfucker, yeah, it's all good.
All right.
It's all
As long as there's a safe word, we're all golden. Anyways, what's going on with this?
I'm looking at my library here, and I'm just looking for one movie that I want to mention. I just want to mention the title.
and
Okay, I
that's
got it. Peaceful Warrior. So
Civil
yeah,
War.
Peaceful Warrior. There is a master. It's similar to the Karate Kid, right? It's a classic. You know, the master and the student.
Oh
and
God!
learns
See,
about
he
life and-
lives in a movie world.
I thought he was
does.
saying monster. In it.
He said
No,
he's
that-
saying
that-
master, but he's saying he's saying it
Yeah,
like monster.
no,
That's his
I
accent.
know. But yeah, he's totally
He's like
living
Mr. Miyagi, wax on, wax off. Yeah,
He's living
Sand the
in.
floor. Sand the floor.
You know when you meet that Star Trek nerd that lives in his that his whole world is that. I'm not gonna. But you know he wears the Star
Oh
Trek
yeah, he's
uniform.
got like all the shit.
Yeah, and you
so,
and
yeah.
he you
Vulcan
ask him
ears and
anything
shit like that,
and he
yeah.
says, yeah, and you're like, no, you're just a nerd on that subject. Sorry, homie. The world doesn't work that way, but cool
No.
that you think that you know everything about the bullshit that you fucking think you know. But it's not reality.
I mean, I
you know
am.
what I'm saying? I'm not saying
Full
any
disclosure,
of us.
I am.
I'm
full disclosure, I am a Star Trek and a Star Wars nerd.
Me too.
I am.
You want to know how
Star
hardcore
Wars
my
was the first
stepdad?
movie. Oh well, Star Wars was the first movie my dad ever took me to see. I was like 4. Do I remember it? No, but I was there. God damn it!
I remember. I remember the.
I was
Star Wars
11 at a
movies.
drive-in with a tinny speaker on the window when I saw Star
remember.
Wars.
But my stepdad was so involved in those worlds, he actually could speak Klingon.
Oh,
And
nice.
so could my uncle.
Oh, man.
And so
Wow.
they had 5 or 8 other people that they would meet together every once in a blue moon, and they would just speak Klingon to each other for like
That's
hours.
cool, though.
And I would just sit there and be like, "What the fuck is going on? Like, it was
What's
so
going
weird."
on? Yeah.
Until I realized, like, you know, like,
Klingon. But go ahead. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
no, I'm pretty much in. It was
I've
just like
still
sitting
got a
there
hold of
going
mine,
like,
yeah.
it's just sitting there being like, what the fuck is going on? And like not understanding, and then understanding that there's other languages as well. That was like right before I was kind of introduced to Spanish. And then I was like, okay, I get the way this world works. There's other languages, and like I can learn, because I did learn some Klingon. I don't remember most of it,
Right.
because it's way weird, fucking long things, and yeah, it's very harsh and other things. Like I used to know how to say hi and bye and stuff like that, or give attention to upper class people, whatever, doesn't matter. Let's go a little bit further into this, and then we will get the fuck out of here. Go for it.
The inflection of Klingon reminds me a lot of the inflection that you use when you speak German. Everything sounds angry. Sure. I mean, it does. It just does.
Yeah, no.
It's guttural.
It does sound a bit like German or Dutch. Yeah, yeah. I've noticed that myself as well. Like, there's similar way of talking.
Right, and especially the way that especially the higher up you get into the mountains and the smaller towns, the harder the dialect gets for German, for sure, because we went to all kinds of crazy places in Germany when I was young. Eder Oberstein, which is in the middle of nowhere mountains, and the fucking dialect was fucking crazy harsh there. When you went to the bigger cities and towns, it was not as harsh, like you were yelling at each other. You know what I'm saying? Like it was more like, I'm not even gonna try it because I am drunk.
Well, every country like that has different dialects of their language, so that does make sense.
Yeah, and there's harsher versions of it and the weirder versions of it. Just like if you go to the Appalachians or you go to Mississippi in the Americas, you're gonna get those weird different versions of it that we've talked about on stream.
Southern accent, yeah, the Southern drawl, yeah.
Yeah, and then the different versions of how you say different vowels and nouns as well in the different areas. I think we were talking about this on stream, but in Appalachias and in Mississippi, there's like 21 different versions of how to speak up and down the Appalachians, and same almost with in Mississippi, in the swamps or around the swampy areas. And then in Florida, there's a gazillion ways to talk as well, or the accent or dialect as well. So anyways, blowing a little bit more with this, and then we will see where we go.
Sport. And A Peaceful Warrior is a beautiful movie. The same kind of concept. And once the master pushed the student into the water, right? And the student came out of the water, and then he told the master, "Hey, are you insane? Are you out of your mind?" And the master said, "Yes, I am." And it took a lifetime of practice to get there. Yeah. And I really love that, because most people associate being insane or being out of your mind something negative, but actually the master really.
So what really happened in that scenario was the sensei, the teacher, said, "That's how this world works. I'm gonna, if you call me insane, sure, but that's why you need to listen to me." He did not say that he was insane. Right? He used it as a way to say
in the membrane. Oh,
exactly.
Insane in the brain.
But he's using that as a teaching tool, not to say that he's completely insane, but to say, yes, if I'm insane, but if you want to follow me still, this is the way that you need to do things, because this is how this works. He wasn't actually saying he's insane. He was just pushing them through the path of knowledge that he wanted him to go through, right?
Right.
Is it knowledge or is it just guesses and beliefs? I mean,
well, I don't know because I don't know what this sensei was putting this student through in learning whatever. I don't know if this was sword play. I don't know if this was to become a ninja or to become somebody higher in society, or to use what weapon. He's not giving us that information. So that's the part of it that makes it very vague, so we don't understand or know what's actually going on. He's just giving us a very vague interaction with a fake thing that he's just throwing out to us as a fable or as a story, which is hearsay, right? Secondhand knowledge would not be able to be put into the court system, right? If we were on trial and he was to bring us this story, it would be thrown out of court because it's hearsay. It's in secondhand knowledge. We have no proof that this is real at all. So let's keep going on. It sounds like someone from New York.
Well, to circle.
Go ahead.
Well, to circle back to your ninja thing, you know they didn't walk around in like black suits and masks all the time, right?
No, they were actually called samurai, they were called samurai.
No, that's a different thing.
Yeah, a ninja was usually in plain clothes so they would not. So they would fit in. Yeah.
Stand out.
Yeah.
He
But
looked
people
like
who-
everybody else,
Yeah.
and then he'd sneak up behind you and backstab you, and then you know you're done. So
Except for if you look closely,
Yeah.
they usually did have 3 different swords. But yes, they mainly did dress in normal clothing. Even the samurai, which were hired as ninjas to take out people and blah blah. But totally.
look.
Yeah.
Not how it worked. No. But we'll talk about it on Discord. Go ahead.
Okay, sure.
Realize that when you are in your mind, you are plugged into the matrix, and the most of the dilemma we have in life, and I experienced this myself. I'm sure that most people did as well. Most of the dilemmas, most of the conflicts inside of us, is between our hearts and between our minds, right? So it takes a lifetime of practice to get out of your mind and be in your core, to follow your heart, to follow your intuition, which is again just being inside your spirit, your higher self, or whatever you want to
Not
call
really,
it.
bro. It just takes maybe a couple years.
Yeah, I'm practicing this every day. It's a crazy one.
It is. They used to, and I think I've mentioned this in other videos, when they asked older style Japanese people, because I live in Japan, so I've studied a lot of the culture where they do their thinking, and they used to point to their hara, to their guts. Right. So in the olden days, they didn't point to their head. You ask Westerners where they thought they would say here. So, taking a little further what Barnabas just mentioned, your guts as well, your gut reaction, your intuition. I've heard and I feel from a lot of the cell studies people have done, we have a second brain in our guts. And one of the ways, since we're talking about tricked by the matrix, is to pollute our guts, right? Whether it's bad food, alcohol, stress. Where do you feel stressed? People get ulcers in their guts.
Okay, you're totally misrepresenting that.
Yeah.
We don't have a second brain in our guts per se, but our guts are connected to everything else in our bodies. So
if we feel anxiety or apprehension, we feel it in our gut, right?
And then it's going to be in our brains and it's going to be connected.
Right.
But I don't believe that. I think he's misrepresenting what he thinks that he's saying, which is that we have 2 brains.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's not.
Yeah, if let's say I smoke 2 or 3 bowls of the marijuana, and all of a sudden my stomach starts growling, that's not the brain in my stomach saying, "Hey man, you're fucking hungry." That's the marijuana I smoke saying, "Hey man, you're hungry."
You're hungry.
No, I'm not really hungry
Exactly.
because I just ate a hamburger. I can't be hungry.
Your brain and your stomach are tied together because it takes, when you eat, people that eat and they can eat a lot of food. If you eat fast, you're going to eat more food because it takes at least 20 minutes for your brain, the signal from your stomach to get to your brain that says, hey, you've had enough. So if you're eating, it takes 10 minutes to eat, you're still going to be hungry because you haven't gotten that signal yet.
And if you're smoking and drinking and a couple other drugs, it's going to delay that or make that not work properly, and you're going to get a false sense of being hungry and not being full, or being full and not being hungry. There's going to be it's going to change. And yes, dog, men's second brain is in their penis, not in their stomach.
Right.
We talked about that. We've already talked about that.
Yeah, we already. But if you do feed a man and then you fuck him, he's going to be a lot happier. So.
Oh yeah, he's gonna need a nap too. Yeah, he's gonna.
Well, afterward, he's definitely gonna need a nap.
A man's love goes through his stomach. Doesn't matter which way you enter, right? Put food in or fuck him up the ass.
Well. Or just don't stab him. We were talking about this earlier. Do not stick a knife in him and pull it out. Give that love, right?
Don't make any.
Don't
extra
dismember him and do bad things to his body so you can get life in prison.
Yeah.
Okay, we know
Don't
this.
don't shoot a bullet inside of him in his gut, thinking that's gonna make him better or he's gonna be full. But anyways, we're gonna begin getting the fuck out of here. But we will be doing if everybody would like us to do serial killer and murder and those type of news stuff, I'm totally down to do it. So
Yes,
let
please.
us know if you would like us to do serial killer and other weird fucked up type of things, not just what we already do. I would kind of like to do that as well, because unfortunately I know way more about that lady that killed her fucking, and I know so much about so much shit. Like, oh my god,
He knows
like,
so much about that lady.
Mm-hmm.
and honestly,
what is the reveal gonna be on this one?
Who's gonna be what?
What's the reveal gonna be on this story when you lay it all out for us?
Well, we'll see. We'll see when
She's
we get
psycho.
there.
It's a surprise. It's a surprise.
And
Just in time
Be
to
patient.
see you guys heading out.
And
Disconnected.
and if she's in prison, I'm gonna try to maybe get a phone call with her or some people's.
Ooh,
Let's
prison
see.
wedding.
Yeah. Let's see if I can start dating her or something. You know.
We know she's single,
Well, hey,
so there you go.
If you got a lot of money, hey,
Oh
why
my
not?
God! Got no kids.
A recent
Got
opening.
no kids. Got no boyfriend.
That's
Yeah, and like, she's never gonna get to you because she's in prison for the rest of her life, right?
Well, I can do. I can do consensual sex or whatever that's called, or whatever it is.
Conjugal. I don't think she's gonna get conjugal visits, hon. She's not gonna be in that kind of prison. I don't think it's gonna happen. No.
You don't want to leave there in a
Well,
bucket.
I mean, I didn't see how much she weighed or how big of a chick she was, but did you hear about the guy that spider walked out of the fucking prison?
Yes.
He spider walked up the wall.
He
and
was
went over the fence.
He was out.
Yeah.
He was out for 2 weeks. They finally caught him, and yeah, I know that shit was fucking crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, they showed the video of him spider walking up the wall. I was like, motherfucker is Spider-Man. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. Okay. All right, y'all. We're gonna start getting the fuck out of here, cause
Yeah, I need to go to sleep as well. So.
yeah. Okay, so Dog says
it's
they are
almost
up.
7:30.
Everybody says they are down for us to do serial killer and or murder and all kinds of weird fucked up more shit than we already do. So we will be planning that in the future as well. I have a bunch of other crazy fucked up shit that we're gonna do. It's almost October, so we're gonna be doing a All Hallows Eve special as well next month on the 29th. And if we can get 666, we can do the Satanic Panic stream as well.
No, I've got
we
something
can get
for you.
there.
I've got something for you. I've got something for you, Slim.
All right.
My voice is where it needs to be to do this. Woe to you, O earth and sea, for the devil has sent the beast with wrath, because he knows the time is short. Let him who hath understanding reckon the number of the beast, for it is a human number. Its number is 666. Boom. There you go. Now start the Iron Maiden song.
Yeah. So anyways, thank you all very much for being here. If we can do 666, we'll totally do that at some point. We have All Hallows Eve. Maybe we're gonna do our first murder stream for Halloween. I guess why would we not do that, right?
That sounds so fucking bad.
Like no one's gonna kill anybody on the street.
Red rum.
Why should I not do a murder stream for Halloween? So that's what we're gonna do.
Well, like
because
I said,
that gives the cops
like I
proof
said-
that you did it.
Hey, I'm murdering.
Well, I mean,
people.
the
I'm
ones-
murdering humans for your entertainment. God damn it! No, I'm just kidding. But no, we'll do.
Well, the stories that my girlfriend would read back in the day about the serial killers, the ones that freaked me out are the ones they did not solve, like the Gainesville killings.
Yeah,
they never figured out who the hell that was.
There's a handful of thingamabobbers that. Yeah, I have a handful of those, and we have like that bitch that we just watched where she did all of this crazy stuff on meth to her significant other. And yeah, like, I mean, I thought I was crazy until I fucking watch all this shit, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm fucking tame comparatively to all you weird fuckers. Like, so yeah, we'll do murder series on our channel here. I think that maybe we'll call it, or serial killer stream. I don't know yet.
Qu'est-ce que c'est? Serial killer. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Hey, Slim.
Yes.
Slim, have you ever done an evening of murder?
Psycho killer, yeah, that was.
Have you ever done an evening of murder?
Not like a streamy thing that says that per se, but
there's an actual game that you can play where everybody gets
like
cards that are there, like you're this character and you're this character, and there's an overall story.
How many?
I think it's 8 people.
Okay,
right? And in the first act, somebody dies. It's generally not one of the players. It's just we get told somebody dies.
Random.
But one of the players is the killer, and we got to try and figure out who it is.
Okay, send me a link to that.
Play the game.
Send me a link to that in the Decimal Chords or in some place.
It's a board game. The board game I used to play back in the 80s.
Is it online right now though?
I have no idea. It just occurred to me when you were saying
I used to play the same board game.
Yeah,
there
is
used to be
an
like a
online
dozen
version.
different ones or something, right?
They have
There's
one
an online
similar now.
version
I'm
of it.
sure we could find one.
No, there's already an online version. I don't remember what it's called, and it's on Steam that we can do. But let's figure that out later. I need to get
Among
more
Us?
food.
No.
I haven't
We'll talk about it on Discord. Yeah.
Sure, we can do that. But I need to go eat more food. I am
Yes,
starving,
yes, no worries.
and it's been a hot second. But we will be doing a murder stream, serial killer, and other things on here. And I hope that they are involved and or connected with like cryptids or other weird things. And then we can follow them to make it so it's more like mysterious and stuff. And I'm sure I can find them. I have a handful of people that I want to follow, which is that weird, crazy lady. Kind of because I want to fuck her, but we'll talk about that later. I really should not be that hot over a serial killer, but for some reason I am.
Sasquatch murdered by Nessie.
Yeah, so there's a couple of murders by cryptids that I would like to go over, and them killing well, I've got a bunch of things in the works that I'm thinking of. So anyways, thank you all very much for being here.
Thank you.
Well, there used to be there was a story that went around way back when about Bigfoot kidnapping women and having sex with them. So maybe if you can look that up.
I already know about those. I have those stories already saved. I already know what you're talking about. I have
But Chewbacca would never do that. Everybody
And of
knows
course
Chewbacca's
Chewbacca
just
would not.
Bigfoot's just Chewbacca.
Right.
He and Han Solo landed here years ago, and he's just got such a long lifespan.
I spend way too much time.
I really got to go to bed, guys.
Just
Good
later,
night. Yeah. Brainless,
Later,
get some
Brainless.
sleep, honey.
Take care.
You all do not realize how much time I spend researching all of this shit. Where like I know too much about all of this dumb shit. So, anyways, let's keep blowing on, and we'll see you all later. Mama, is there anything you want to say right quick before we get the fuck out of
no,
here?
just I'm working on a video and it'll be out. It'll be on the Discords when I'm, when I'm done with it.
Tomorrow is drunk. Tomorrow's drunk news, right? It's Wednesday, so we have drunk news.
Mhm.
It's
Any other kind of news?
Oh, you want to hear something?
Go for it.
Okay. Let me step out with this. This is my last statement. You want to know something fucking weird that tripped me out?
Okay.
Peter Mayhew, the guy that played Chewbacca, Peter Mayhew, and I have the same birthday.
Okay.
That's pretty.
That's cool.
We were both born on May 19th.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is drunken news. It's gonna be stuff and things that a CEO robot that works for like a drink company, glow in the dark petunias. That's all I can think of right now. But there's gonna be lots of crazy stuff we're gonna go over tomorrow, and then Thursday is AI weird stuff, and I found a bunch of new weird short films or shorts by AI that was made, and lots of other things that are happening through the next month that are all like satanic involved or pagan or
Slim.
All right.
What date did you put the Montauk monster on? I can't remember right now. I don't have
the Montauk experiment.
Yeah, with the fake video and shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
you've got it
that
scheduled.
is Monday.
I saw it. Yeah,
it's Monday.
Okay,
is when we're doing that one.
Next week.
Yeah, next Monday is when we're doing that.
If I could just say this right quick.
Yes.
Neil, my buddy Neil, the 604 Atheist, and Mike, you're looking for a guest for tonight's show in about a half an hour. Anybody want to tell their deconversion story? Nothing. Nobody.
Put the link in the side chat or give a way for us to get a hold of him if they want to do that.
I will try.
I want to do that one time.
You
can do it right now if you want.
I can't do it tonight because I'm like almost home for dinner. And
yeah. Okay. Never
my
mind.
wife will ask me what the heck I'm doing if I come in and walk past everybody and go do a deconversion.
No worries. You can do it another time. We'll give you the link to.
Neil's a cool guy. He's got some great videos.
He's awesome and amazing. So, anyways, go ahead and do that.
Thursdays and Saturdays at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah. Go ahead and
if you want to contact Neil, there's his email address right there in the thing.
Yeah. So, anyways, y'all go and do that. And go and hopefully see that thingy. I did my deconversion story over there, and it gets very, very deep because it's beginning in kindergarten. But go over there and listen to those and watch those. And then tomorrow we're doing drunk news and then other things. So thank you all very much. Everybody say bye, and we're gonna get the fuck out of here.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Everybody take care.